acknowledged he was very, very nasty. Took over Mordred. There was all a big fight. You eventually found Dean Maricosa, who ended up helping out a little bit. And you were able to stop the ritual. Nimue was not able to find out whatever information she was trying to get from Savan. But similarly, the parallax passed without you being able to find out when the sunrise is going to happen. Nimue, at the very end, stole Drizella's mask from her and flew off into the sky after, I think it was Bigby was able to destroy the machine that Savan was using.
It was Mordred trying to hit Bigby and
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Going for the stab.
And then you
I'm pretty sure I got denied the final.
Yeah, you did.
2 or 3 times even. It was rough. And in the rubble of the machine, you found a scabbard that Nimue had been carrying, that Sibylla was able to identify as the scabbard of Caliber, one of 3 swords, split from the original Excalibur. Very, very powerful blade, forged empires.
Wait, did we learn that?
Yeah. Or at least Sibylla did.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. At the end, you spoke with Dean Maricosa, who said, you told her about finding the tomb of the Horned King deep underground, that great locked deer skull that opens at the parallax. And she told you that she knew the Horned King to be dead, as she was there when he died. Many, many hundreds of years ago. It also lined into your investigations of this double Dean Maricosa business that had been going on. She was very cagey and nondescript, but said that she took the name from someone who was once Dean here.
To honour someone who had died.
Honour someone who had died, I believe was the phrasing. The animate armour that makes up the kind of college guards, if you like, the university guards, at that point came in, was helping people from the rubble, clearing up that sort of thing. And Dean Maricosa, went to talk with several important people at the campus about the damage and so on and so forth. Savan was taken away. You don't really know by who or what's happened, but they said they kind of nondescript, but said they would talk to you more about what was going on. That being done, you've been through the fight. The business happened. Did anyone have anything they wanted to do before going to rest that night? It's late evening at this point, kind of 9:45. You've been battered through that fight. You're down on hit points.
Actually, could I do a thing?
Yeah.
I would want to take my sword to Bigby, because I often see Bigby cleaning up his weapons after a fight. And I would ask you to clean my weapons, because I don't want to touch the blood of my friends.
Oh, okay.
You take Mordred's sword, this great, bastard blade, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, bastard sword, kind of covered in vines. Do you have a picture somewhere?
Yeah, I do. It's on my character page.
Oh, of course.
Hang on.
No great stress if you can't pull it up. Bigby, are you happy to do that?
Yeah. I can do that.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Wonderful. You head back into the Sold Goat, the tavern. Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting that. Yeah, hero point question.
Everything's out of sorts this week.
Isn't it just? Who would like to go first? Thanks, Jesse.
Alright, so Bigby has a scar right down here with it he got from a fight with another beast king he had, where he was like they do like bar fights and some like honor fights just to like see who's tougher, get into like the beast form and then like someone's claw just like catch it right down there.
Ow, painful. Love it. Have some hero points.
Thank you.
Who's next?
Wait, you saying me or okay? Mordred has a kind of feathery-looking scar on his shoulder, on his right shoulder, which he got from his mother when he tried to leave home.
Delightfully cryptic. Have some hero points.
What's the scar again?
Pardon?
What's the scar again?
It's a feathery, like almost magical-looking scar on his shoulder.
Feathers come
almost like, you know, the Lichtenberg figures, like you get Lichtenberg?
That's
Like lightning scars, you know those?
Oh,
Almost like that, but
okay.
kind of feathery looking.
Ah.
Yeah.
do you mean
Anyway,
these kind of things?
Yeah, like those.
That's cool.
Yeah. He's got one of those on his shoulder. Disgusting.
Yeah, not Google imaging scars. Bad idea.
Yeah.
What about Drizella? Obviously, Drizella's got some.
Drizella's
slight
got
disfigurement.
lots of scars, but she's got one which you don't often see because she's got her mask on that sort of runs through her eyebrow, and she sort of, you'll see her sort of sometimes fiddling with it, and it's a scar that she got playing with her sister, where she fell off like a swing in the back garden of their house when she was about 5 or 6.
I love that.
And she's got this really thin scar where the hair doesn't grow in the middle of her eyebrow. But the rest of her is grossly disfigured. So you probably wouldn't notice it on a day-to-day basis.
And Drizella's without her mask now. You taunted Nimue as she was leaving the waters of Pendragon, and the last action before she flew away was just telekinesis.
I think I said somebody to get me one.
Yeah.
Pulling the
I
mask.
said, go and find me another one.
Some hero points for you.
Thank you.
Wonderful. You head back across town, back to the Sold Goat, where you've got some rooms that are being paid for you. You see, as you head back in the lobby, you see with a neat stack of finished paperwork, a mostly empty bottle of champagne or something like it. Feet up on the desk at this point. Not quite napping, but definitely very comfortable and settled in. Memphis Cadwallader, the rich gnome financier of your current little upcoming mission to go and retrieve some objects from way over where. Just in the lobby doing their business. They're staying in the same hotel as you. As you kind of walk in battle weary, and they offer a very simple busy day.
A little bit.
Anyone doing anything before they head up to bed?
Probably not. I would have done the sword thing
Yep.
before bed, but yeah.
Absolutely. You all head in, you go to bed, you can level up if anyone's still on level 2. Jesse, have you got your level 3 stuff sorted?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm pretty sure I did that last.
Cool. I haven't had a chance to import that into my thing, so just yell at me if I get something wildly wrong about your character. Sibylla and Merida are with you as well at this point. Bed.
My architecture lore is just so high.
What is your bonus on architecture law?
Plus 11.
Fantastic.
Have you just been pouring things into that?
Did you take expert training in architecture law? Ah,
I love it.
that's such a bad decision. Except that it's not, because it's serving you so well. Law should not be the thing you're investing in, except it's working so well for you, so absolutely do it. I love it. The 5 of you head to bed. The Bigby and... Sorry, can all 3 of you please give me a will save?
Good start. And this is before we've rested?
You can take the rest. You'll get the rest regardless.
19.
19.
23.
23.
Will?
Will, yes.
12.
12. That's 3 critical failures. Love Pathfinder.
What?
Critical failures. You failed by 10 or more. Emphasis on the or more in this case. You...
So we need to get like a 30-something minimum to fail.
Yep.
Pathfinder's great.
Oh, yeah.
You are lulled into sleep kind of slowly, and you feel kind of the feeling you get when you walk into a room you think is empty, and then you see all the eyes turn to you, as you get the sense of being watched. And Bigby and Drizella, you have the following vision. Mordred will come back to you. You are Dean Maricosa. You see through her eyes, you feel her battle robes on her, her cold, scaly skin. as you are living in memory, with her voice kind of over the top of it, as you see something's being communicated to you in this dream. As you feel her in a kind of small rowboat with 5 or so other battle mages, some sternly grasping staves, others practicing incantations, fog layering over the water. Dead silence and a keen sense of unease. Did someone shoot that dog?
I wish.
As you hear her saying, it was brillig, and I was heading in from the east, landing in Old Mimsy, with a contingent of warcasters, battle mages of the Borrow Groves from Old Jarrah. With them, see an Order of the 11th Eye. You see at this moment that the small boat they are on is one of dozens, if not hundreds, silently paddling through the water, propelled by magic. You see on the boats to either left and right of you these figures in great green robes with silver clasps. The boat to your left containing a very stern-looking older man, a long grey beard, who wears a single white diadem of what looks to be jade cords. On the other side, 2 figures in extreme care hold a large, full-sized mirror, ornate in silver around it. You see the kind of internal monologue almost of Dean Marico's continues. We came in from the west with the gold dragon of Thrawn, 100 dreadnoughts carried by its spell. You see above you a dragon the size of a mountain flying over the top, boats just suspended above it as they slowly and silently fall into the water as well. Men of war armed with 50 cannons apiece, an enormous army silently approaching wherever they're going. From the south marched the Celian, Queen Mab herself, and you feel Dean Marico's comfort knowing they are closer to the north side and Queen Titania and the Sealy courts, as you see where you are approaching a glowing green isle in the distance, getting larger and larger as you approach it. What looks at first to be a mountain reaching up into the clouds is an enormous oak tree. The red and white kingdoms of the Underland were set to show, but no one knew from which direction. You feel her remembering the quiet of the morning, the unease of the fog wisping around the boats as they came to face the Horned King. You hear her again kind of speaking, giving you this information as they slowly arrive on the shore silently, everyone utterly carefully coming out of the boat, a dozen of these mages in green robes slowly carrying this mirror between each other. I was with the 4th Azorial contingent. We were tasked with drawing the ire from the blighted Lord himself. You feel her stern determination being given this suicide mission, to draw the attention of the Horned King while something else was put into place. See them marching along Arcadia, the green land where the Horned King once ruled, choked in vegetation, weeds going through the ground, marching through knee-deep mud, vines literally wrapping around them, trying to pull them there, but everyone remaining firmly silent. You see the druids of Arnak, fearing this. You see they come over here, and you see again that tree in the centre of the isle, so large its branches ascend higher than you can see. Its base 10, 20 kilometres thick. A tree that is just beyond all reason, and all of it glowing in that same lime green you saw in the catacombs. You hear Maricosa again. The druids of Arnak feared the sky should fall if we were successful in bringing down that tree. But the sky didn't fall at the end of the battle, rather the beginning. You see it all at once. What looked to be shadows in the leaves of the tree begin to fly out, and the nightmares of the Horned King engage in battle, and the silence is broken with a million spells. You live fairly quickly through the battle, just kind of flashes of memory again being sent to you through this spell. Maricosa fighting with these strange creatures of shadow and bone. You see she throws up a shield spell to block something, and then the silence returns as she looks over, as walking out of the tree, an enormous figure, grey cloaked with a great deer skull and glowing green eyes, the Horned King. see standing there in the trees of Arcadia, you see Titania and Nad, two queens of the sea, incredibly powerful people. One a dark dress of black, the other golden starlight. Both run up to this figure, one attempting a charm, one attempting a fear, the king affected by neither. You see him slay the Red Queen's Jub bird with merely a thought. Stab and get stabbed through the heart with a vorpal sword and simply pull it back out. You see Merlin, the green cloaked mage with the diadem of quartz, reach into the sky and grab the sun, hurl it towards him as it becomes light, as his head is just knocked to the side and slightly singed. You see 9 grandmothers of the Kruthic Covens, quite possibly a dozen of the most powerful spellcasters, rise up out of the ground, dropping invisibility spells as they begin chanting in unison, and a ring of light traps the king. As you see, Maricosa's job now begins, as her and the other mages run in, lightning spells flying as they try to draw his attention, while the mirror is passed behind him, and Merlin stands behind it and says a few simple incantations to it. With magic cast by the hags, Titania, Mab, the gold dragon of Thrun, the Jabberwocky Merlin, the Green Man himself. Suddenly, the Horn King lets out a shrill of pain and the most terrible sound in Maricosa had ever heard. The dark robes that make up his body fold in on themselves, and all that is left is a great deer skull that clatters to the ground atop the mirror. With that, the nightmares in the sky begin to fade away. Shadow and bone becomes air, and the sound of birds begins to fall back in. The next few bits you get from the vision are Maricosa quickly leaving as the entirety of Arcadia, the great island and the tree itself, sink into the sea, as she is one of the few who manage to rush back to the boats, but they begin to be sucked in by the vortex created by this sinking island. As Merlin himself extends a hand from the air, lifts her out of the thing as hundreds of other people are up by a levitation spell, and the battle is over.
That was
Are
so
we
cool.
recording?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good.
That's a lot of lore.
That's a lot of look. There's a lot of names there. A lot of them will come back later, and I'll tell you when they do. The bits you get is it's Dean Maricosa is giving to you her memory of the death of the Horned King, the effort it took, the number of forces that needed to come together
I
to
think you'll
slay
need
this.
more than a 20 to hit him.
Yeah.
You will need more than a 20 to hit the Horned King, should you
Shit.
ever be faced with them.
Yeah.
You have to blow really, really hard.
You would need to huff and puff to blow his house down. That tree has
Wow.
got some deep roots.
So what happened to the tree after he went?
The tree didn't fall, but you see the entire island of Arcadia sinks into the sea. You then find yourselves, the two of you, the witches are gone, and Mordred isn't there either. It's just Big B and Drizella. As you see, in kind of something that resembles Dean Maricosa's office, but there's no detail to anything in what seems to be some sort of dreamscape. She sits behind what would be her desk. So she says, I worry deeply if this figure was to return. The death was a hard-won battle. If you need anything from myself or the university, let us know. I will be sending other people to look into this matter, of course, and begin excavating the tomb immediately. If you saw it, though, and you were first to see it and survive, that sort of thing may leave a mark on you. I would be wary of travelling in the woods. Dark things may seek you out. More than they already have.
Wait, so what? The Horned King?
The tomb, just the tomb.
Oh, the tomb.
So she says the tomb itself would carry with it a terrible curse.
Oh,
I would expect it to
None
lie.
has touched it, really. I don't think so.
I know you tried to do an architectural lore.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
I think you got that it was a door with the
Yeah.
architecture.
That I probably can't.
This is a door.
So she says, I don't know what happened to the remains of the king, but I assume they must now have ended up.
Dodgy would that have been? It was just like some dickhead like me just managed to pick the lock of the tomb, just to unleash this just huge bad guy.
That'd be pretty bad. That'd be pretty bad.
Whoops.
Really bad.
Not bad.
You see, she says, Savan wanted to speak with you. I've turned him over to the lord of the city. He resides in the dungeons of the Holdwell Keep, if you wish to see him. But that's your business. And she kind of looks over at the fact that there were just two of you there and says, what happened to your friends? Are they alright? They must have been very powerful to resist the dream spell assault.
I'm not sure.
Unless, of course, can the two of you roll me a luck check at that precise moment?
11.
11? So you can beat an 11.
No, 10.
You see, Bigby, you see Drizella suddenly disappears from this vision. As Dean Mariposa says, that shouldn't be possible. Bigby, you may be in some Bigby, at that moment, you find yourself waking up for a moment. The world is dark, there's something coarse and rough covering your face, and hands holding onto your shoulders. You kind of take a breath in as you wake up, and the air tastes foul and soiled. You've got 2 actions if you want to take them. If you want to try and do something, otherwise...
As in, like, two
actions mechanically, yeah. Okay. You have a double action and action. Okay. Drizella, something that rolled to attack you crit, so you don't actually get a chance to resist, unfortunately.
Typical.
What kind of music do we want? Combat?
Not really combat, no.
I am going to change shape.
Oh,
Oh,
go
nice.
for it.
And then I'm going to try to find something.
Yeah, you change shape. That makes you, like, larger, doesn't it?
Not really. It just kind of just makes me hairier. Much.
You change shape. I'll tell you what, I'll
Here,
get
make
them
it-
to make the grapple again.
Yeah, so I get I get I get big, like a bigger jaw, like a
Yeah. I'm going to say it rips the bag. As your mouth says, you see a Hessian sack is placed over your head. As it tears open. You see light come in. You're in your room still. You see 3 women in dark robes. The one who's placed the bag over your head as it tears seems to start casting a spell. You've got your second action.
Yeah, I'll go to make it light. So, what is it? We deals deal 1d4 piercing damage, but we have the agile, finesse, and unarmed traits.
Finesse
Raw
means it's
weapon.
your dexterity.
Dexterity, cool. Nope, that's probably gonna miss. That'll be a 7.
Yeah, 7's not going to cut. You go for it. You see, with kind of uncanny movement, they sort of shudder out of your way, bending in a way people really shouldn't. And with that, you see the one of the other 2 in the bag over your head cast a spell, hit you with a sleep spell. Mordred, while this happens, you're very different. You're in a huge open courtyard, cobblestone all around you, and at the very edges of the courtyard, a great castle stretching almost like a horseshoe. It looks familiar, yet unnamed. You don't know where you are, but it does feel like you've been here before. You see fire burns all around you in what looks to have been a market in the courtyard that's mostly destroyed, and 100,000 crows fill the air. All not cawing, but screaming. You see, they fly into windows of the castles, dozens of them, and then pull people out as they drop onto stones below.
Can I do anything in my dream? Can I try and help these people? Is that all?
As you start to run, it's clear that they are very far away. This courtyard is huge, and in that sort of dream where you can run, but you don't seem to move direction.
The restless dreams I walked along narrow streets across them.
Familiar faces. You see the among the remains of this marketplace, a singular owl flies slowly and sitting silently is a raven with 4 eyes eyes that suddenly turns and looks directly at you, watching the whole time.
With all four eyes.
Hmm?
With all four eyes.
With all four eyes. So the owl is now a man, aged, cloaked, long grey beard, and a diadem of quills. So they walk among the rubble, carrying something within their cloak, and walk towards one of the burnt stools. Looks to have been a smithy. Very little left, a burnt chest, what was left of a furnace, and a singed anvil. You see the old man walks up to it, the crows getting louder and louder, and all circling above as they begin to dive towards it. As they pull from their cloak a sword of light, and all of the crows suddenly stop screaming and fly away, clearing the sky. For a moment he holds it aloft, blinding light filling the place, and then plunges it into the anvil. You wake up with a terrible pain in your right arm.
Ooh. Can I look at my arm?
Yeah, you see the room is dark, but similarly there is a woman in a robe, not black this time, but a scarlet robe with gold dipped into it, as she appears to have nicked you with a knife on your arm.
Can I help?
Give me a Haglor check real quick.
Oh, Haglor. I just add +5 to that, right?
That doesn't sound
I don't know.
right.
It's +0 there.
You've got untrained, so use one of your other lures.
Yeah. Can I just use fortune? So
Yeah, they should all be the same.
16.
16. With a 16, you recognise this to be one of the Kruthic hags, and you know that those who wear scarlet robes have the rank of mother. So 3 ranks in the hags. There are sisters, which is the vast majority, mothers, who are some of the trained ones. Sibylla used to hold the rank of mother, and then there are grandmothers, who are very, very few indeed, very powerful. You also know that the... No, that's all you get with the 16.
Okay.
You see she takes the knife and just licks a little bit of your blood off the top as her eyes go cloudy as she holds out a hand for a second, asking you to wait. You can act there if you want to.
Can I just cast some healing magic on my arm to heal the scar?
Yeah, absolutely. See, her eyes seem to return. She says, "Apologies. They wanted to bring a thrall to drag you in. You see, without moving or indicating any sort of spell, has cast a chair from the shadows, moves forward behind her as this woman sits down. And she says, I thought it was odd a changeling of your age wandering around. It seems I was quite right.
What did you say?
A changeling, yes. Thought perhaps you might be someone we've been looking for a while, and it turns out I was rather right. A person of your station deserves to be treated better.
I don't have any station.
My dear, you are the daughter and heir of the Begot Queen. Sorry.
Okay.
You're the son and heir of the Begot Queen. And they wanted some summoned shadow to drag you before the court. It wouldn't do. I, out of respect for your mother, would invite you instead to come with me. Your friends have been taken before Hazel the Wise, a grandmother of the Order, for question.
Are they okay?
For now. Whether they remain to be depends on their level of cooperation.
Well, if you respect me for some reason, you should protect my friends. That would be the only respect I'd want from you.
You may choose to speak for them at the appointed time. For now, I extend you an offer. You may join the Emancipation Inquisition rather than being dragged by backwards. That is the respect we show for them. You see, without standing, this woman in this red robe kind of hovers out of the chair and then slowly begins walking to a door. So
I'll follow her.
so she walks silently through the inn, out the front door of town, walks out the front door of the building, and then turns around to what looks to have just been a drawn chalk door next to it, and knocks 3 times. As the door opens to a very long corridor. So it's this way.
I'll follow.
You follow through. As soon as you step through, you see the door of just cobbled stone of the tavern's wall closes behind you. This long corridor. So he says, your mother may have had the disagreements with our order in the past, but there are those of us still We respect her and her ways.
Why would you respect her?
Isn't it time to give you a quizzical look and don't seem to answer?
Okay.
Drizella and Big B. So you wake up in a small stone room, something like a cellar. You see you're seated in chairs, your hands aren't bound or anything. There's a small door to your right, since you're going to in or out of the room. You're kind of in stools, and then there's a table on the far side of the room, behind which sits a just whole collection of people. There looks to be about a dozen of them. Most of them are, all but one are women. Most of them wear black dark robes, similar to the people who grabbed you. 3 of them wear red scarlet robes. One in the middle wears an incredibly ornate purple robe. The sort of thing that would prevent you really from walking or running or doing much of anything at all. You see that the woman in the purple is by far the oldest. Her jaw kind of hangs from the bottom of her face. Her hair is very close and completely grey and curled. Those in the red are slightly older, and then those in the black are the youngest. And you see for a long while, all of these people just look over at the two of you, seemingly not saying anything at all.
What do you want from us?
You see at that point, kind of one by one, slowly, the figures at the table in front of you, all eyes there turn eventually to the woman in purple, who slowly begins to hover out of her seat and just levitate in front, as her voice, far louder than any old woman should have, echoes throughout the room. She says, "My name is Hazel the Wise, grandmother of the Cruthic Covens, and I will be conducting this Emancipation Inquisition. We have reason to believe you made contact with a very powerful ex-member of our order recently, a witch by the name of Nimble."
Yes. We did. We were lucky to escape with our lives.
She stole my mask.
She did steal your mask.
You see at that the 3 women in red begin talking to each other. Their lips move, but there doesn't seem to be any sound.
Well, I've got lip reading.
Oh, that's right.
Do you remember when you took that? I told you it was going to cheese an encounter. That was this one. So, either of you can give me an occultism check if you
I've
like.
also got sign
What's
language
happening
now as well.
Nice.
You're just a master of everything not spoken.
Pretty much. No one's getting away with secret
Absolutely.
talk around me, basically.
18 occultism.
18 occultism.
Am I in this room yet?
You're not in this room yet. You're on your
The
way.
language still has to be something that I know, though.
Yeah, so they're speaking common, more or less. They're speaking, they're using hag speak, which with an 18 you would know is a trick witches have, basically, where they can talk in a way that only other members of the order can hear.
Okay.
So it says,
While he's lip
when
reading.
I'm at my leisure, I can do this automatically in encounter mode or when attempting a more difficult feat of lip reading.
Yep, we're in encounter mode.
You're fascinated and off guard during each round in which you focus on lip movements.
Cool,
You
so
must
it's-
succeed society check to successfully read someone's lips.
Oh, cool. So give us that society check. The DC is not going to be high because they don't think you can see this at all.
It's a 26.
Yeah, you're good.
While he's actually reading their lips, so it wouldn't affect what they were saying.
No.
So whatever Bigby gets, he gets. I would use message to message into, I don't know, pick one of those red hags' heads. It is very rude.
Counterspell.
Counterspell.
Oh,
That's
no.
I'm like, oh my god,
You
that's
see,
so cool.
as soon as you go to cast some sort of magic, counterspell. It seems like there's likely a lot of people just waiting for that to happen.
Interesting. Okay. They don't even want me talking in their head. I mean, they're super precious.
You see, around that point, the door opens and a 5th woman in red.
What does Bigby get with his 26?
Enters with Mordred. With that 26, you see they have a hushed conversation that basically goes along the lines of, this is nonsense, they could not have found him in way, they've been missing forever, they're almost certainly dead. That's possible, but Sibylla reported that they'd made contact. Can we trust someone who'd been exiled from the Order? You know what she did, the magic was forbidden. She may have been exiled, but she is still covered under the, and then they mention a bit of cult law that we need to do a check on this thing.
Section 42.
Pretty much under the
15.
Under the Haggish Concordant is what they say. 15, you don't know what that means. At this point, Mordred, you enter. You see you see Hazel the Wise and the old lady in the purple seeing you enter, waves a hand and a chair moved from the back of the room between Bigby and Giselle. And says, well, thank you for joining us.
I'll come over and I'll whisper, has anyone hurt you?
They are fine.
They're
How come you
really...
didn't get dragged here?
Something about my mother.
Mothers. They're really fucking rude. That's what they are.
Where are our other friends?
I'm scratching
You
his
see, they say,
stuff.
your friends have sanctuary. Sibylla is protected by our order, and your other friend, the Ranger, is undergoing her initiation.
Okay.
What?
You would know that obviously Merida and Sibylla are witches. That's their class.
Yeah.
And it seems that this group of creepy old women, or mostly creepy old women, you see one man in the group there, all seem to also be witches. You see one at the front in blue, dark blue, but still definitely not matching uniform. He's actually taking notes and seems to be the only one doing anything like that. None of you know who they are, though, and the check's not something they'll pass, but you see there's someone taking notes.
That's right.
Please go for it.
Drizella
Society check.
looks...
No.
Would she, with 17 in occultism, know that these were all witches?
Definitely.
She's just double checking every single one to make sure her mother's not here.
Yeah, give me a society check.
Is your mother a witch?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was the deal that
That's why I've
she...
gone along.
That was the deal that she
am I the only
made.
person who's not remotely connected to a witch?
Yeah.
No,
I
it
think
was...
you're the only one in the party who doesn't have a direct connection to witches.
So I'm just sitting there just super
21.
confused.
21.
Like, what the hell is a witch bullshit?
You look over. After the turn happened and your mother became a witch, have you
Yeah.
had any contact with her since?
No.
Cool.
No, because she looked after herself
Yeah.
rather than... And she left, me and my sister to whatever fate becomes somebody who's hideously deformed and ugly in society.
Is your stepdad there?
No, it's Cinderella's dad. He went back to being a handsome guy who'd not shacked up with an evil money-grabbing actual witch. Cinderella went back to being beautiful and having a happy ever
We're having this
after.
conversation as the...
Drizella and her
Have you seen
ugly
the group are in person?
Drizella and her ugly sister became hideously ugly and deformed, and Drizella's mum, so Cinderella's stepmom, who would have also become pretty nasty, did her own deal with the fairy godmother. Well, with a fae, probably a different fae. And anyway, did her own deals, but didn't do deals on behalf of anybody else. She became a witch,
You see again,
which I wouldn't have shared with you.
after a little discussion amongst the group again, you see Hazel again speaks up. Again, this voice that just seems to almost be speaking out from the walls of the room you're in rather than her own mouth. She says, you'll forgive us for dragging you here and are impatient, but the matter is grave. Would you tell us what it is you saw? At this point, the question for you, rather than anyone you need to recount last session, do you hide anything from this group of people who grabbed you in the night? Do you tell them the truth? What's your plan? What's your general approach?
Can I do some kind of malice check to see if I can
Absolutely.
see the person?
Just perception for sense of motive. Yeah. Otherwise, you can do a society check, try to gauge their motivation, kind of bigger scale, like why they'd be interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Can
gonna
I,
go
with like
society.
hag?
You can use hag law for just about anything in this encounter because they're all hags.
The first one in weeks.
20?
Yeah. It's nat 20.
Nice. Good nat 20.
And I've got +9 on society. So.
Cool. So 39 on society. That's wild. That actually beats the DC for a grandmother witch, which is wild. Cool. I know. I'll give you the lot with that. Actually, I didn't expect you to roll it that high. So Hazel the Wise, this grandmother hag. This is a woman who is probably 200 and something years old. She has seen a lot of stuff. She might have been old enough to have lived through the last Sundance. So she's lived through the end of the world, quite possibly. When she talks about Nimue and asking what you've
But
seen...
not as old as like the Dean
No, so Dean Maricosa has lived through
She's like
3 of them. Yeah, these grandmother hags, 3-ish 100 years, give or take. It's all a bit iffy. They're going to stop counting eventually.
Yeah.
When she talks about Nimue, you see that she is putting up this intimidating front. Obviously, she is flying in front of you in this room. There are way more people here than necessary conducting this inquisition. The voice is booming from the walls. With a 39, you understand that to be a front. She is very afraid.
Okay.
Not of you three, of Nimue, and she's scared that you might actually be telling the truth. Again, I'll give you this for 39. You think what she wants to happen here is to intimidate you all into saying, no, we don't know what we saw. We don't know why our friend called you. What you do with that information is up to you.
Do you share that insight?
That is going to be hard to do without letting them know you know it.
Yeah.
What you can do is you can immediately leap forward and take charge of a conversation. Whether they follow suit, though, is another question.
So are we all sitting like...
Yeah, you're
right
3 in a row.
together?
Yeah, it's like Drizella, me,
Okay.
you.
You can probably tap their hands or something.
I'm going to
Sorry?
put my hands behind myself
Uh-huh.
and try to do some sign language and see if either of them knows or can read it. Which I'm pretty sure they can't. But
Unless they have that language, I'm afraid they're not going to read it.
So
So you're right.
You'll be like, Pippi, are you okay?
Yeah. Never mind.
So you've just taken that feat. What I
Yeah.
will let you do, and you'll have to do this as players, I'll let you pre-organize a few meetings. So stop, this is a lie.
Oh,
that
that's
sort of
cool.
stuff.
Yeah.
You'll all just have to handle that over the table,
Yeah.
but you'll need downtime in character.
Yeah.
So you can't have it implemented yet.
No,
in
I
the
can't.
future, you
I
can.
love
You
that.
can
I
pull
love
that, 'cause
that. That's so cool.
yeah.
You ever seen Billy Connolly's sketch of the wildebeest and the lions?
No.
Elsa! It's this lion coordinating the other lionesses to
Oh.
take down the wildebeest.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, that's sort of thing.
And the whole sketch is done basically on these fucking students, the wildebeest like this. It's brilliant. I'll find it for later.
That's
I'll
good.
find that for later. 'Cause it's like, that'll be Big B. Trying to
Yep.
subtly explain to Drizella what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, so... But basically all I got from that is that she's scared.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's putting up-
Well,
Yeah, I
sorry.
think-
So you've got she's scared. You don't think that they have any intention of harming you. You don't
Okay.
think that they are You get the feeling occasionally Hazel's eyes are darting to Mordred. Most of the time, though, you feel like they're looking at the three of you with general indifference.
Yeah, okay.
You don't feel like they're concerned about you. You've seen something important to you.
Yeah.
The question is, do you want to
probably-
go along? Do you?
I'll start telling them.
You recount the events. You tell them about seeing Nimue, or you describe the person you saw. Do you tell them about the scabbard you found?
Mordred just had that dream about a sword, so he's going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
If you volunteer, I wouldn't volunteer it, but yeah, if you know that.
Mordred would be like,
It's
oh,
more
and
to
she had a
to you anyway.
scabbard. And a scabbard.
She was fucking powerful witch in the generic sense of the word. And she stole my mask just for spite. I'd already died at least once, maybe twice, can't quite remember. But she
Yeah, I've-
turned
I've
Mordred
liked
against
that
us. We spent at least as much time fighting him as we did fighting them.
He gets very anxious when you mention him.
Yeah.
You see, there's
It's
lots of muted chatter at that point. There's 3 different conversations happening at once. You see the one male witch begins talking to another one of the sisters, one of the bottom rank ones. Two of the mothers begin talking, and Hazel has a word with the one who's been writing down. You can only look at one person when you're lip reading. Which of those three would you like? The grandmother talking to the person taking the notes, the two mothers, the two mid-rank ones, or the one low-ranking male witch talking to one of the other low-ranking witches?
The middle one.
Middle one?
Yeah.
Give us that check again. Society, I think it was.
Drizella leads over to Mordred and goes, "They are so rude. Witches! Yep. They're just rude.
They're a bit cruel too.
It's a 23.
Mainly rude.
23. 23 definitely passes. You see the two of them say, they're talking about the sword, talking about caliber. They're trying to guess where it's going. Is the crux of it. They're saying if Nimue was entrusted with that after the strife of Cameron, where might it be? Whoever has that should
So she
be
had the
out
scabbard.
for it.
So she would have had the sword with the scabbard.
Yeah, so it sounds like she was given. Sounds like she was given this sword, presumably in the scabbard.
Yeah.
Now she has an empty scabbard and no sword, which raises the very important question: where is this very powerful sword? Which seems to be what they're trying to guess, and they don't have any answers. So perhaps it was taken into the woods. No, such a thing would remain in the glades. This sort of thing. Is there a champion who is now wielding it? No, we would have heard of such tales. That sort of thing. Then at the point, Hazel holds up a hand. The conversation dies quite quickly, and she speaks aloud through. We appreciate your honesty. We must speak with your friend for some time more. She would know such things, having studied under Nimue. But we appreciate your testimony. Your friends are not quite members of our order, but they have our respect and our favour. When we are done, we will provide the means to catch up with the three of you, if you're willing to carry a token from us that we can send them to.
Yep.
Sure. They give you paper folder. They give you a little token.
Would I be able to speak up and try and convince them further?
Yeah, absolutely. What do you want to say?
I just want to. How detailed was our account?
Big. How detailed? You
Pretty
talk about.
detailed.
Do you talk about the tomb of the Horned King and that stuff going on as well?
Yeah, I think it's relevant. That probably would.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'd leave out the mirror.
You'd leave out.
The fact that I've got two shards of
Yep.
mirror right now.
Drizella would say virtually nothing.
Mhm.
At this point, she's not good at reading the room. If Big B thinks that it is safe to divulge everything that's been going on, she wouldn't stop him, but she wouldn't contribute either.
Yep.
Very sceptical about witches in general.
You see one of the mothers in the scarlet robes holds out an iron token with this symbol on it. Which of you grabs it? Who's going to carry this thing?
Yeah.
Unless you want to grab it.
No, you do it.
I'll
I
grab
don't
it.
trust him for all this witch stuff.
No, me either.
Big, heavy, solid coin, like about like a Olympic medal sort of thing, like
Yeah.
big, heavy chunk of metal with that brand on it. Smells of magic.
Anything we have to do with that?
He says that will. You see the mother has its explains. We can send your friends to wherever that token is when they are finished with them. They will catch up.
It won't just like land on top of them or like.
Our magic is more sophisticated. I also forgot earlier.
Concerned about safety.
You get another plot token for seeing the fall of Arcadia. These made some more
the tree.
tarot cards. Yeah. So again,
I'm
plot
collecting
points,
these.
bigger version of a hero.
I'll take 20 at some point.
So that tree. So you said the whole island went into the
So cool.
ocean.
Yeah, so it was Arcadia was an island.
That's so cool.
Most of the island was made up of that enormous tree. And when the king, died, it just all sunk.
I love them.
And the tree was completely engulfed in the water as well?
I'm not
or is it
playing
sitting
them.
out of the water still?
Seemed to be completely enveloped.
Okay, cool.
Kind of hard to say. Why is that?
Oh, I was just wondering how big this tree is and how high it goes.
Enormous.
I was kind of thinking it could be like the beanstalk from Jack the Beanstalk.
That
so
sort of same
cool.
thing of just a tree that is continuing up to the point where it kind of just melds into the blue of the sky.
Yeah.
But middle of the ocean sort of thing. So it sinks down.
See the tops of the trees vanish into the...
You see, with that, the Ringfield Hags have one more silent discussion. Do you want to look at anyone in particular? The grandmother talks, and you see the grandmother talks to the witch in blue who's riding again. If you wanted to try to read lips on that, you can.
Could I
Okay.
try and speak?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
No, sorry. I forgot. Bad, good,
Crit again.
Crit
nice. They're going to have this conversation before they send you, so we'll reveal that in a minute.
Okay.
What does
Mordred will just say, if you've got any doubt that Nimwe's here or she's back, she's powerful. She did so much harm to us. If she's out there terrorizing people, hurting people, don't you want to stop her?
You see, there's a look between several of the witches, and again, that sort of thing of like the sisters all look to the mothers, who all look at each other and look up to Hazel. He says, finding Nimue has been a priority for our order for some time. This is the first she has been seen. Her terrorizing has not been. There is nowhere else we have seen her work.
Well, we've seen her twice.
Twice?
We saw her near Lowmarsh.
Again, no
What's
sign.
she doing there? There's lots of
It's like,
dead
yeah,
Taking something from the bodies of Camelot soldiers. That was where you found the ghouls as well.
Yeah.
So this is strange indeed. Listen, at river scale, head to Lowmarsh and see what you can find if there's anything left. And you see one of the hags exits through kind of the same door. Thinks for a moment and then says, pass me that token, if you would. You see on the back of it, reaches over and you see kind of burning pattern appears on the other side. Just a complicated knot, almost looks like the Gordian knot or a tourniquet or a triplicate. Just this complicated interlinking patterns of lines. You see, they say, twice could be coincidence, 3 times is not. Should you meet her again, a drop of blood on this will let us know.
Are the two sides very distinctly different?
Very distinctly different.
So good.
Could we flip it? Use it as a coin. Flip.
Yeah, I mean it's probably it's yay big and solid iron, so you'd need a hell of a thumb.
Turn to your big skin form and then flip it.
And I'd probably cut off your toe if it landed. But you could in theory. Roll coin. That's heads. Roll damage.
Drizella kind of looks at it. See whether she think that she could file down the edges into some kind of like razor blade frisbee.
Sure.
Quite possibly. It'll be a crafting check, but if you get a bit of downtime and an iron file, maybe.
Oh, but then that'll just like summon the people like as soon as you cut someone's head off.
This is true.
Like,
You never know when
whoops.
you might need a
we haven't
really
seen it yet.
sharp metal.
Solid iron. Could be good for fighting Fae.
Could be
Is
good.
this iron?
It's
for
iron. It's not cold
Oh,
iron,
okay.
which is a particular material.
Yeah.
Hags won't carry cold iron.
Yeah.
Most of these people seem to be witches, so hags are monstrous. They don't quite age properly. They're mutated. They have magic affecting their bodies. Witches are humans that know the ways of the cunning. These look mostly like witches. There's maybe a hag somewhere in there, but not particularly. And hags won't touch cold iron. They're weak to it.
So what did I get from that crit with the
So as you know,
I
they finish
want
up.
my coffee black.
Not quite. You see, she says, Agnes will leave them with you and in the care of the city.
Oh, which one's Agnes?
Agnes appears to be the one in the navy blue taking notes. You know, Agnes probably is Agnes Crookedfinger, who is the local witch to Lord someone.
I wrote that down.
Oh, I've got it. Lord Fenric Bragg, Lord History. You see, the witches don't seem to be leaving. They continue their discussion. The one who's taking notes, Agnes, kind of closes the book which she's taking those in, puts it inside her robe. Stands up. Agnes seems to be kind of not particularly old by these standards, maybe mid-50s. Walks over to the three of you and says, "If you'd like to come with me."
Sure.
Thank you. I apologise, and silently walks you out of the room, and once the doors close and you're in that long corridor, Mordred, you would recognise the two of you obviously were asleep when you came this way. So I apologise for the theatrics of the order, but intimidation is an important part of their process.
Fair enough.
I hope you...
Not fair enough. They hurt you.
They didn't hurt me. That's a good bag on my head.
They didn't cut your arm?
No.
That was quite divisive in the order. I would like you to know I voted against such measures. We have not had to resort to such tricks in some time. He's leading down the hallway and says, I'll let you know I'll be mentioning this to Lord Bragg, but you're free to go about your business in the city or leave it as you see fit. And then again comes to seemingly an arbitrary door in this long corridor. Again, looks almost like a tunnel underground or something. Seemingly coming to an arbitrary door. She knocks on it 3 times. The door opens, and you see it's actually a door into what looks like the upper hallway of the tavern or something. Which there's through here.
I'll walk through.
Yep. Gisela, do you head through?
I head through.
Lord?
I linger for a moment and look at her and say, "Thank you."
Yeah, she learns a look on her face as you say that and says, "Good luck to you, child."
Thank you.
As you exit, you see behind you closes what you know to be a door to the washroom on the tavern. As that closes, you're back in the tavern where you were staying as dawn creeps over the horizon.
Well, that was weird.
Is there anyone behind the bar?
It's like 4:30 a.m.
Start early.
No. Is there? So if there's nobody there, is there coffee of some description behind the bar?
Yeah,
Something
it's
that
definitely
I can,
behind the bar.
that I can
you
go
like
and
head on in and start making yourself some
I
stuff.
start going and make myself a coffee. I may even leave like a couple of, coins.
Mm-hmm. Love that. It's
But
like
not
two-
but not in a way, just like
Mhm.
I kind of look at Mordred and go, put a couple of coins there.
No tip.
Um,
Because you made it yourself.
yeah, no tip. Yeah, slightly under the going
Yeah.
price.
Yeah, you leave like 2 copper.
Yeah.
You leave like $2.50 for this cup of coffee.
Yeah, you put 1 copper down, and then Mordred's like.
Then you put another one.
You hear from the other end of the bar, "Staying early!" as you see Memphis Cadwallader in what looks to be a
God.
bearskin dressing gown with like a nightcap, like a Scrooge thing there, and it looks to be like an eye mask pulled up on their forehead as they say, "I'll take one as well, please."
I just look at him and go, oh. I go and make Memphis Cadwallader a coffee and take back the 2 copper pieces.
You see, puts a full gold coin on the table. $100 sounds reasonable.
I take the gold coin and put back the 2 copper pieces.
Mordred gives you a look.
You
Puts
see,
another
he,
2
I put the gold piece back down and take back my 2 copper and slammed out with it, slopping a little bit on the bar.
he says, "Any sugar?"
It's behind the bar.
You see, reaches over clumsily underneath, grabs of sugar and spoons in what looks to be 8 sugars into his coffee.
Of course.
Stirs it a little bit.
Drizella sips her very bitter, very black coffee and goes, "That is particularly bad for you. Madame Simone would warn you against the dangers of drinking your beverage like that. You will grow all sorts of horrible diseases."
He says, gnomes tend to run quite quickly. I'm sure I'll be fine. The bigger question, of course, is where you're heading next. Not to hurry you along on your quest, but before you is still the choice of land or sea to get to your destination. And you would remember, of course, because this was 2 days ago for your characters, Salazar Grum is your destination. Here lies the 3 items you've been asked to find by Memphis for a huge sum of gold. The Ring of Objectification, a rosewood staff of enchantment, and most importantly of all, the Looking Glass, a powerful scrying orb sent to find anything at all. The 2 main ways there. You guys get to decide now which way you're going to go and what the next kind of arc of the campaign is going to look like. Option 1, you head by water. You head up north to Arona, a great docking glade.
Pirates.
There could be pirates. Flotsam to exist there, a great wreck of dozens and dozens of ships that have been roped together to form a pirate's.
Well,
Flotsam.
We've been warned, haven't we, about woods and lands.
Yeah, because if we go through the woods, we've got the mark on them.
Yeah, we've been warned about that. May I, just before we leave Reams...
You don't.
That would have been probably more dangerous. Or maybe it'd be safer with the sun.
So here's your you'd also go through Mistclap, which is one of the larger cities, or certainly one of the busier. It's the only crossing point between these 2 oceans.
Okay.
So it's Turkey basically. Enormous toll bridge there. Then you get to go back. So lots of water here. Go back. Really effectively named place. Not nice.
Okay.
Go back also has the ziggurat. This enormous black obsidian
I'm
structure.
looking for a Meredith.
You're looking for it. Meredith's looking for it, and Sibylla's looking for it.
Okay, we're going by sea, I think.
Well, you end up in Go Back either way.
Yeah.
The other way you can go is to head south, which will take you. You'll have to probably travel with a caravan, given the advice you were given of don't wander by yourselves. But caravans are pretty safe to travel with. You get 2 or 3 carriages and then a whole bunch of people traveling on foot all together. That takes you to Evengale, the capital of this sort of realm, through Sleeping Hollow and Sherwood, Felltop, and Cindershire, which is where you are from, Drizella, and where your sister currently rules as queen or princess. From there, you could go to either Arkans or Morso and hop across to go back. So those are your 2 options, really. Is lots of sailing and
I say
port city or land.
I have no preference. If we go via Cindershire, I need to get myself some shoes. But other than that, any route is fine. Before we leave, may I just pop to the university to check on Matron Simone's thesis? It would be useful to know whether she has significant revisions that need to be done.
You also know that Savan asked to talk with you. You guys don't need to do that. But he's in the jail currently. If you need to.
I'm easy in terms of which way we go.
This is partially a character question. This is partly also what do you guys want to do next when we get to the next 6 week block? We'll be traveling to.
Either sounds good. Like Sherwood, Sleepy Hollow, Cinderella content sounds fun. Pirates also fun.
I will also say the first time I ran this, which was with B and a couple of other people, they went by sea, so I've got stuff kind of more written for that way. But on the other hand, I'd also be keen for new stuff, so I don't mind either way either.
We could
flip the weighty razor blade coin.
I like that. I like that bit of chance. My sister is calling me.
Maybe she should choose.
No, that'll take so long to explain and she'll think it's lame. Do you want to do heads for by sea, tails for by land? Does anyone have an actual coin we can flip?
I had one.
I think I might have. I might have one actually.
Otherwise we'll
In my
roll a
large
d20.
collection of dice, I've got
I've got one.
You got one?
Have you got one? I've got one too. Would you be okay running up the same?
Yeah. I'd be more than happy.
So
I'll also
heads,
change
so
this.
heads we're
Yeah.
doing C,
Uh,
tails we're doing.
You see,
I mean, it's been different
as you
enough,
take
right?
out the coin, I assume this conversation's happening in character. You see, Memphis offers you a gold to flip and says, for good luck.
Okay, thank you.
He's weighted it because he's got a path he wants us to take. Heads.
Heads
Go
by
my
C.
C.
See?
Wonderful.
Flotsam!
And so it shall be. So, the next step in your... very well then, the next step in your journey, I recommend heading north to Arona. Several ships leave from there a day, and you should find passage easily to go back once you reach Missile.
I'll hand him back. He's got a coin.
So he says, for good luck.
Yay! I got a free gold coin.
Can you add in your inventory separately to that Memphis's lucky
Oh
coin?
no.
Oh, okay. Sure.
It's cursed.
Maybe it's actually a good thing. Maybe it's like a free. Maybe it's like a free life.
Maybe.
Maybe, but I wouldn't rip off Ready Player One so blatantly.
Okay. I would go and.
So I'm not adding the gold to
What are
my
you looking for?
inventory.
Look, I'll tell you what. You do that, and you go to put it in your coin pouch. You see, Memphis says, "No, put it in there. It just becomes another gold coin. Keep it. It's a lucky token."
Memphis.
I've
So
carried that particular coin with me these last 20 years.
Oh, you give it to me.
I carry all my coins for very long.
Oh, okay.
20 years ago, I got out 5,000 gold from the bank and have carried it. I have many lucky coins. I'm a very lucky person.
you are if you have 5,000 gold coins. There are many who would wish to be that lucky.
Well, with 3 simple items, you can be nearly 5,000 gold rich.
What's this guy's name again?
Memphis Cadwallader.
Cadwallader.
Memphis Cadwallader.
It's like so. No, I would put back.
CID something or other.
Yeah, I would put back to the university. I would get an update on Matron Simone's thesis, and I want to find ideally a Medicaster branch of some description to get.
You're looking for another mask?
Get another mask or variant of such.
Well,
And if I can't find a Medicaster mask, I would look for potentially some, leather in a saddle shop or something, and I would craft my own with my crafting of +2,
That'll be
which will be attractive. Yes.
Fun bit of lore. The Red Eye Plague, which is what the
Yes.
Medicaster League is like, that's their main focus.
Yeah.
Is mostly to the
It's up there,
west
top.
and mostly to the north. So in this sort of central area, there's a much smaller presence.
Yep.
Remember, their full name is actually the League of Northern Metacasters.
Indeed.
So there's no Metacasters proper here, but you still do find a Plague Doctor mask.
Right.
Being, pretty much the equivalent of, I need to buy some new gloves. Slightly more specialty equipment, but
Excellent.
you find that
I
for
would.
3 silver.
I give it a good kind of squish around like you would with a new pair of shoes, so that it doesn't rub.
Bang, 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 bang. Wonderful ballet troupe.
Yeah, like that. So it's like a little bit more beaten up, and then that's fine. And then I go and get Matron Simone's oozes and
In fact,
what's
well-
its feedback.
while you're shopping for that, you become aware of someone standing behind you, like way too close behind you.
Oh no.
And I become aware of that.
Yeah.
I let Eldamit out and send Eldamit over my.
hides in his jar.
Oh,
It doesn't seem to want to come out.
interesting. I turn around.
You see the suggestion of an older woman. She has hair, and there's nothing wrong with her. She has eyes and a nose and a mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't see them. Well, you can see them, but you can't understand them. She seems to be perhaps shorter, perhaps heavy set, but it's hard to tell.
Mm-hmm.
There's maybe the suggestion of a stern glare on her face, but She seems entirely faceless.
Mm-hmm.
She sends it.
It's almost like that. It's not that she doesn't have a face. There's nothing missing in her appearance, and yet it's not there. It's the sort of thing that is very troubling to look at. It's that optical illusion where as soon as your eye focuses on it, it's gone.
Is there a sort of a wall or a building that I could potentially climb and get up onto a roof, sort of around here, out of the way? I'm not going to run. I just want to know whether or not there's.
You definitely could escape. Yeah, it doesn't look like she's trapped you or anything.
No,
you'd be
I'm not going to run
in
though.
the leatherworkers' stall, I imagine.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like the person behind the counter who sold you the mask has taken you to the side.
Okay. I look around. Is there a sort of building nearby that is sort of? So if I'm looking at her sort of on either side that's less than sort of 50 feet tall?
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent. I'm going to use inside ropes. So I look at this creepy bit and go, not ultimate. And then I pull out all my insides.
Oh.
I pull out all my insides
Oh my god.
and use them as a rope to stick myself to the wall and climb up onto the nearest building
I hate Drusilla sometimes.
and wander
Absolutely.
off across the roof of the nearest building and then use my intestines as a rope to climb down the other side. And then I put them all back
Horrendous.
in.
Cool. That ends that encounter. Absolutely.
You may well also be there.
I think I'll be somewhere else while you're doing that. But
Mordred, what are you up to?
after I had that weird dream with the sword,
I'm like, yeah, weird dream. Everybody's freaky, and there's somebody here with no phone. I'm like,
I'd probably want to know more. Would there be someone I would feel would know more about this?
About the dream?
The dream. Like anyone who seemed to have expertise in that kind of thing?
Hard to tell. You were just told earlier when you spoke about your visions of the stranger and that
To go to the ziggurat.
go to the ziggurat. Dreams are a difficult thing to interpret. You could go back to the augurs with this new dream. Look, I'll let you do a society check.
Otherwise, I might go to the library and just look at, try and find a sword that matches the description.
Yeah.
Society. 8.
8. Yeah, nothing. You think back to your education you've been provided, history, you don't know of any.
Okay.
You can certainly go to the library and look up things about swords though.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do that. That'll take a couple of hours of downtime.
Yeah, I'll do that while Drusella's going shopping.
Yeah, for sure. We'll come back to you with that.
Yeah.
Big, taking advantage of a couple of hours of downtime. There might be some mechanical stuff you can do with downtime come level 3. Otherwise, anything you want to take care of before you leave town.
Just teaching them some basic sign things, I think, would be the only thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You go through, you work out. What I recommend is in the chat or in a document or something, keep record of what you know.
I can make a big B sign language. Page in the wiki.
Love that. Otherwise, it'll just be a case of me going, yeah, that seems fair. Don't know about that. Give me a check whenever you try it.
Yeah.
How many should I add now? We've got some ideas.
I'll say it takes you about half an hour or so. In half an hour of downtime, you can do 1 sign. So 3 hours of downtime, you can do 6.
I'll probably just try
Or up
to
to
do
6.
3 or 4, I reckon.
Yeah, nice. Wonderful. Send those to me or something when you know what they are, just so I know what they're. Sure.
Yeah.
But no rush. This is going to be a research thing, so
Yep.
this is going to be a skill check. The skill we're going to use is probably
Could I use
society.
law fortune telling?
I'll tell you what. Either you can use society, which you roll up +0, and you need to get 2 society checks.
Yep.
You can fail up to 1.
Okay.
So fail 2 society checks, you don't succeed, you only get 2. I'll let you use law fortune telling, but that will mean you've got to do 3 successful checks without failing 2.
Alright, so I've got 4 that I want to do.
Awesome. Now let's have B ponder over that for a second. What are our signs and symbols?
They're lying.
They're lying.
So
Great.
basically,
Yep.
yeah, this
Fantastic
is
one.
dishonest. Good. So basically, just generally, this person is good intention sort of thing.
Yep.
And then bad as well.
Yep.
And
Yep.
then safe.
They seem good. They seem bad. Safe. Love it. Very good. Very good.
So I could especially because I've got that trap thing, so I can
Yeah,
go
yeah.
I can be looking for traps and be like safe.
Yep.
Yep.
Love it. Very good. You teach them some sign.
Cool.
That's gonna be fun when that comes up again.
Yeah.
I'll do society.
You'll do society. Cool. So DC for this is not high. DC for this is only 16. So you need 2 successful 16s.
That's very high for me.
Before you fail 2 16s. Let's go. Failure number 1. Let's go again. That's a success.
16.
Wonderful. Another 16 you got. Just don't roll less than a 16. So this will be the deciding roll. That's a 2. You do have 2 hero points.
I'll use one.
Wonderful.
With my little card. With my card.
Now you only need 6.
Oh no.
Well, no. You need a
6,
6, 7,
7,
8, or 16, 7, 8. So it doesn't actually raise the odds
it doesn't.
a lot. It gives you like 4 more chances.
I don't know where my
They'll show up
cards
eventually.
are.
You're down
Can I have
1.
this? No.
Mind you, you could cash in a plot point now as well if you want to. This could be a good use of that.
No, I'll keep that.
For I know.
Yeah,
to
we're
know
really
someone
bad
like
keeping
that.
them forever.
So you've got those 3 uses of that so far. But I know.
I don't know.
I know someone who has the answer to this one. There's been checking there.
No, I'll keep them for later.
Cool.
So
Watch all of you hold all of those till the end of the campaign.
yeah.
And then it's like, oh, gone into the big bag. Oh, I know a guy.
I know 20 people.
I have an army.
I have an army.
Yeah, it's just endgame and just like on your left, just like everyone.
Look,
As we cash it out.
The 20 people you know are the 20 grandmother hags. Like, that'd be as good as
That's
that.
fun.
Cool. You go through. You try to find books on famous swords. You're unsuccessful.
Yeah.
You look through, historical items. Great weapons of, the lords and kings. Blacksmithing 101. You just don't find anything that matches anything you've got.
I come back woebegone.
Anything else that 3 of you would like to do before you leave Reims? Savan is in jail,
Yeah.
You check in on matrons. That will take a number of weeks from the sense, but you're told they're beginning double checking and so forth. But it looks promising to begin with. Certainly.
Good. I'm sure she will be pleased to know that. I'll send mail of some description.
Yeah, you kind of at the glade. And tell me if you're not interested in this. Each glade has a sending office, pretty much, near each of its major roads. So you can put 2 such and such, and then the next caravan that goes past will just take a thing of mail to the next glade, and then they'll get it to where it needs to go.
Can I?
It's all a big network.
I'll say to you, Drizella, I can send a message via this little bird that I have, my bird token. If you want Matron Simone to know, I can tell her now.
That would be very kind. Tell her that her thesis has been submitted and is undergoing consideration, but looking positive.
It heads off.
My little finch.
I love that.
Eldamit waves goodbye to her. That's pretty cool.
I love that. So you all heading to Orana?
No,
Or
Savan. Definitely Savan.
So you head to Savan. We'll do this pretty quick because I know we've done a lot of role-play exposition and stuff. Savan is in prison, but you're allowed to go see him. He's in more or less the jail. You see the town guards. He's allowed visitors, so town guards just say, yep, sure, come on through. There's a town guard watching this conversation. You see Savan. Savan looks a little different to last time you saw him. They seem to have grown like half a beard in a day, and just look absolutely bedraggled, very tired. And you see they kind of walk right up to the bars fairly close, speak fairly quietly, and say, "Oh, good, you're back. I didn't want to tell the dean this, but I think I know where that witch is going. they mentioned that before the ritual started, they were talking to me. It was a little odd, really. But they said that if it failed, they had a backup plan, and that they would use. What did they say? They said by one mirror their king was dead, and by yet another they could rise again. I don't know exactly what that means, but I know there are a few powerful scrying mirrors that exist in this world. Some might be able to give this witch the information which she seems to be seeking.
We're looking for a scrying mirror.
You are indeed looking for a scrying.
I think we're probably not the only people looking for the powerful scrying mirror.
How did you come to work for Nimue?
I did not. I was setting up my instruments. I was hoping to test my theories and see if I could predict the date of the next Sundrance to make sure, but I was only able to get an approximate reading. But as I was doing so, the dean had come in and was asking me several questions. Frankly, I thought I was making a good impression. And then, suddenly, she joined us. And the dean was out cold, and she did something to my mind.
Are you okay?
Thereabouts.
Can you tell us what approximation you were able to gather on the next?
It's soon. It's not now, but it's soon. My numbers say 6 to 18 months. It's not good. If the ritual had worked, I would have gotten a closer and closer date.
6 to 18 months. Interesting.
Of course, there's no way to prove what I did work because I didn't have any time to test a control question for the divination, so it could have been completely wrong. I did tell the dean this, though, whether she believed me is hard to say.
Can I ask them, the dean put you here, we don't think you're guilty of anything, really. What can we do to help you?
I broke into this room.
In the pursuit of science?
Support an excuse I support thoroughly. It seems Lord Hagen does not. It would seem that the Lord Bragg feels differently about breaking in, as does Dean Maricosa, who, while intrigued by my theories, seemed slightly upset I broke into a university. You'll remember, of course, that the Dean did threaten Savannah with a knife at the end of that encounter. Savannah says, I would not worry too much. I think a few weeks in jail should be the go.
Fair enough. Keep your spirits up.
I intend to. And then looks over the three of you, particularly at you, Big Big, and says, I wonder perhaps, you are a man of questionable reputation in some parts of the world.
Well, unjustified, I think. But yeah, okay.
Gisela sniggers.
I can relate to that. I wonder perhaps if you could live with your reputation being worsened yet still. If I could ask something
Is this some
dishonorable.
kind of threat? Oh! Okay.
I must ask something dishonorable.
Okay. Well, you want to break it out again.
In a manner of speaking. It would require very little.
So if I break you out, I'm just going to get put back in again. If you haven't served your time.
Once I'm out, they won't find me. And he says it requires very little from you at all, and extends a hand to you and says, very little to you.
Oh, no way.
No. No.
I'm not
They're the
taking this hand.
shapeshifter! Sorry, no, I'm fine.
I actually was thinking he's going to be someone that's going to steal my soul or something and control online.
No, he's gonna turn into you and then escape. I'm fine. Continue.
I'm not shaking this hand.
You see, they not. They say, I understand. Should you need convincing of my relative innocence, I would simply remember many secrets are brought to light under a crescent moon.
Okay.
But even more are brought to light under the opposite. Give me a... It's probably an Arcana check.
Could I?
You feel like this relates to your case to do with the journal you have. So you can add your 2 major clues.
This is just for big
This is just for big
Okay.
bit. You can add your 2 major clues, so you can have a bonus of 4. Anyone who wants to can do a help action.
Could I use like fortune telling law since this
Absolutely.
Which mystery do you reckon it's got to do with the Dean one?
So you were talking before the shapeshifter. You like this is probably to do with that.
Okay.
That'll be a 23.
23. That's a help, so you can add 5 to your Arcana check.
So that's 13.
5 more than what you.
Yeah, it's still 13.
13. With a 13, you know the opposite of a crescent moon is a gibbon, and you know that has no particular relevance to divination magic, and is a very odd thing to be throwing around here. The exact relevance of it, though, you don't put together with a 13, unfortunately. I'll let you try that roll again when you've got some downtime to kind of mull over what's happened.
Alright, cool.
Can I ask? Oh, are you finished questioning
Yeah.
Sinan, do you think?
Mhm.
As we're heading off, would I be able to ask Sinan a question?
Mm.
Quietly, I'll say to them, I just have one personal question, if you'll indulge me.
Sure.
Nimue called you a changeling. I had someone call me a changeling recently. What did they mean?
You see, Sivan looks you in the
Had
eyes.
I heard? No, you said
You would. This is
last
news
year.
to the both of you.
Yeah. And so I didn't hear that he was called a changeling.
You would have heard Sivan.
You would have probably heard Nimue call Sivan a changeling.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Whether you know what that is, though, is a different question. Give me a, I think it's nature for Faye.
4. Nature 4.
For information about Faye.
I've got Fey Law.
That'll definitely work, yeah. Yeah, it is nature. Nature or Fae law.
I love your mug.
6 doesn't cut it.
It's
Yeah,
got. I love
Changeling.
it too.
So, well, with a 6, you've heard of changeling. Changelings steal bodies in the night and replace them with other changelings. That's what you know
Oh,
of
okay,
changelings.
yeah.
24 Fey Law.
24, you actually know what changelings are. Both of those should have been secret checks, but I didn't remember to. You know changelings are shapeshifters. You know changelings are almost certainly what was in Lodemush. The two of you don't see anything strange happen during this conversation. Mordred, you do. You see Savan locks eyes with you, and for a minute, the kind of middle-aged, kind of gruff professor exterior melts away, and you see someone completely different standing in Savan's place as they lock eyes with you. You see someone with kind of the greyish skin. You have the large, almost elven ears. Someone who looks quite similar to you. Not in the sort of way of like familiar blood, but in they seem to be of the same people as you. When you see someone kind of looks around and says, so they seem to be using the words very carefully, and says, in the world we find ourselves in, change is often important to do quickly and completely. Perhaps that is what the witch meant. And then breaks eye contact, and you see that same professorial figure standing before you. Have you seen nothing strange during that conversation? Just a slightly odd remark about change. Of course, you do pick up on what changelings are with that role, Drizella. Whether you do anything is your business.
I really want to give them my hand.
You can offer.
I offer mine.
You are a metacaster of upstanding quality. Poor reflection upon you may travel fast.
Valid. I would be interested to see this changeling live in this form. I think
because you're so deformed now.
Are you technically
You feel
undead?
like it'd be
Well,
like a position
I
for it.
don't. Let me think. I'm not sure.
Have a look
I don't
in your
think so.
race. It'll have tabs.
Or are you also curious as to the process of changing
flesh
for medical purposes?
I'll have
curious.
tabs at the top there.
Aberration.
Aberration.
Changelings are
Lovely.
disgusting and supernatural.
Can I just
Shit,
ask a
this-
little question?
I'm a humanoid
Yeah,
aberration.
Changelings in this world, are they D&D changelings, or are they Pathfinder changelings, or something different?
Complicated.
Yes. Okay.
Mordred doesn't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Mordred can make a fable check if you like. Hag law will work for this as well.
No, that won't be anything.
Cool. Yeah, Mordred has no idea.
I withdraw my hand and offer Eldmed.
You see they say.
Do you need any hand?
Unfortunately, your hand and you are not of the right stuffs.
Ah,
But I do appreciate it.
a
I will be
racist,
fine.
a racist doppelganger. That's what we need.
Unfortunately, so say, if only it was so
Not
simple.
of the right stuff.
If
Not
only it
made
was
of
so
the right stuff. That's what
That's
we
very
need to
rude.
know.
Your body is not something mine can copy.
I've heard that
Anyway.
before.
A few weeks in jail will do.
She shrugs, puts Eldmed back in his jar.
Goodness.
Next thing we say, we need our own schools. You have your own schools.
What?
I have no idea what's going on right now.
That's maybe Seinfeld reference.
Wow. Anyway,
he's like criticizes his dentist, and he says his dentist makes some like really dodgy Jewish jokes. And he's like,
Oh,
"Oh, you're
I
an
know.
anti-dentist." He's like, "Oh, it's first it's a couple of jokes, and then the next thing you're saying they need their own schools." It's like they have their own schools.
Anyone saying anything else to survive before you
I will ask this question.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask it as a pointed question.
go?
And I would like to ask him, why do you want to know when the next summons is?
Do you not want to know when the world will end? Many die during such a thing. If we could prepare more precisely, perhaps we could help.
What's its use to you, though, specifically? And I've got to make a diplomacy check against the agency.
Yeah, go for diplomacy.
And that'll be 25.
Oh, yeah, 25, 21. Yep, that's a success.
Okay, so I...
Point of
The
question.
target must directly answer your question, doesn't have to answer truthfully, but again, +2 circumstance bonus to tell if he's lying.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
Which would also be diplomacy?
Perception.
Oh, perception, okay.
Yeah. They give that answer. They say,
Okay, yeah. And so that is a 25 in perception.
25.
Very nice.
I will tell you from behind the screen, changelings are really good at deception. But 25 is a high roll. So to say that they're lying implies that what they've just said is false. You don't feel like that's not also true, but you do feel like there is something else. There is something more specific.
Yeah.
What
what I
that
use
is, very hard to know.
Yeah.
Perhaps impossible, without them telling you.
No.
I will say to them, good luck, and I hope they treat you well.
You see, they give a polite answer, and the same to you. With that, 3 of you head off.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
You go back to the inn, gather up your stuff. Memphis is nowhere to be seen at this time.
As we leave, I explain about changelings.
Yeah.
In terms of what I know about changelings.
You see, Drizella tells you that changelings are a type of fae that will take a person's essence, has to be humanoid, which might be real, and look like them, take their memories. It doesn't kill the person necessarily, but obviously pretty distrusted thing. That's changelings. I've messed up some terminology there. That's the changelings as you understand it. You, with a 24 that you got,
Yep.
You're not sure. You've heard it said they're the children of witches. You've also heard it said that they're fae that spawn out of the woodlands.
Both
You've
bad.
heard it both ways. Definitely fae either way. So
All bad.
hearing that, Mordred, give us a handle check. 8.
Mordred. Can
Pardon.
I proxy's pawn that?
What's that?
Oh, that's I get to reroll.
Advantage, isn't it? Yeah,
But
absolutely.
you impose disadvantage.
Mhm.
Nat 20 for a 25.
You have been. Your understanding of your biological parentage would make the fact that would make what you just heard not alarming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about all.
Okay.
Without giving away backstory stuff, I know you're slowly revealing everyone else. So you will continue on.
Alright, so we're going to get a ship and go.
You've got to get to
we'll get to Aurora.
you've got to get to Aronia first. You've got to travel through Greenwood, through the path.
Okay.
Last time you had the Winter Express to fast track your journey. This time, most people travel between glades and caravans. Most people go to these big armored carriages. There'll be adventurers whose main job is just traveling from glade to glade, guarding the caravans, that sort of thing. That's most people go. You can choose to go alone, but if you run into trouble, you're on your own. With that in mind, what would you like to do?
Well, we got this kitty that we can use to.
To pay for things.
Yeah.
I think Mordred would be more inclined to travel with a group than on his own, considering what we were told.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for sure. You head over to the caravan. This is something you will have all done before. As you're going through the usual arrangements, you see the when you use the term ringmaster feels right. The usher, the usher, the person in charge of the general caravan. Kind of this, stout man, mutton chops, kind of a stained shirt. Taking the 2 silver from you that it costs, take 2 silver out of your inventories. When gets to you, Drizella, kind of says, I'm not fond to travel with someone who hides their face, Metacast or no. You're not wanted, are you?
I take my mask off only by local wig makers and beauticians.
You see, they take a full second and say, look, I can't have you travelling in the cart. The Duchess of Bron is coming through soon, and you'll upset the lady.
Well,
You can travel in the back, though.
I should hope the Duchess of Bron does not fall sick on the journey and need the services of a healer or a medic.
I believe such dignitary travels with their own, and with far more coinage than 2 silver. You're welcome in the back, and points to the back cart where one would keep kind of pack animals and storage. The caboose of a
Are
train.
we all hearing this
Yeah,
conversation?
they're all there.
Mordred's absolutely going to come to Drizella's aid and be like, she's just as worthy of sitting in the cart with the rest of us. You can't put her with the animals.
You can outbid the Duchess if you like for the front cabin, but
Mordred has
I
no
doubt you've that money.
knowledge of society.
If we put
So-
some makeup on it, is that going to get her in?
no.
How much has the Duchess bid?
The Duchess has bid 400 gold for this trip.
our entire kitty for this.
Then
150, so
I
think
would
we'll probably
suggest
sit back.
that we travel with the animals. They are less judgmental and waste less coin.
You can join the other one back there. You'll have company. And so with that, the usher steps aboard onto there, kind of bangs the roof
I'll
and says,
join
"All right,
you.
we're moving out in
Would
2
you
minutes."
like me to join you, or can I sit up front?
You could
The fancy face.
Sorry.
you could do whatever you like, and
Bigby
she
turns
sends
into a-
Ultimate over the top of the carriage
Yep.
to just stroke the back of the usher's neck like that,
Just kind of, what is that?
and then it
I
sort
think I might get some useful
and it sort
information
of
from the front
crawls
carriage.
it sort of crawls round to the front and
You
goes
first fly the kid to the back, yeah.
and then skitters away off the
He
back.
tries to swat it. This is like a common staff. They've got very good chance.
I'll sit in the animal cart with you.
You're heading to the back. Yeah, sort of like as you would with a caboose of a train. So it's got like some livestock in it. There's barrels of supplies.
Oh,
It's not a train. It's just several horse and carts all hooked together with like 6 Clydesdales out the front to lead the caravan.
who do I think these supplies are for the caravan, or they are being traded?
Probably trade goods. The caravan trip itself will only take an hour or 2.
No
What?
thieving.
You see, as you get in this back, this
Baby.
caboose, the sitting in the corner is a very large, mechanically large, so kind of leaning down against the roof figure in a great dark cloak. And you see they turn a little as you enter, but careful kind of not to show their face.
Someone grab the giant from the princess bar.
And you see they say, "Hello. More who are not welcome in the front, I see. Sit, we have much room here, and quiet besides."
Thank you. And Gisela sits down. What is your name?
I was not seen fit to be given one, and I have not yet earned any that I consider worthy.
Well, we can give you a name.
Kind though you are, I think only my creator could.
Sorry.
Does Mordred do that? Is that a
Are
briefing?
you having a seizure? Do you need medical attention?
I pull out a rusty saw and goes, no, he's fine.
Oh, sorry.
How would you prefer to be referred to?
So they say, so they sort of think about it and say, none often need refer to me. If you would, you might call me friend.
Aww.
Then friend it is.
Can I take my holly bush feather token?
Unfortunately, no. It's currently flying to Lomarsh.
Oh, it's both of them. That's right. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, it's not a separate one. Can I give them some rations?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I was going to give them berries, but rations.
You see, they reach out with an enormous hand. You see, it seems to be that the 2 of their fingers are different colours to the rest, and a network of stitches covers their skin.
Oh.
As you see, they say, "You are very kind." And you see, as they kind of move their hood down to eat, as they seem quite hungry, a face of someone, no individual part, not beautiful, but put together a horrific combination of pieces.
I take my mask off and go, I can see why you are also not welcome at the front.
They say, "I was told I would spoil the lunch of the Lady Duchess."
I have many things in my bag. Oh. And as he says that,
Sorry.
as he says that, Drizella starts rooting through her bag and pulls out 32 sleeping pills.
Okay.
He told off themselves or something?
No, and goes,
That's what he needs.
Sorry,
no!
pack of sleeping
No.
pills.
Okay.
Yeah, you pull out these sleeping pills,
Spoiled.
which for the record are like a medicinal root.
Okay,
You're not
okay,
going to
okay.
die on them. Yeah.
We
You're
established
not
that.
carrying around deadly sleeping pills. You're not getting poisoned.
Spoiled the Duchess's lunch. Possible.
I do not think putting more cruelty into the world is the way to earn us kindness.
I keep telling her this.
I was just going to make sure she had a peaceful journey. And she puts them back in the bag and offers her. She has coffee. She offers coffee.
Lucy takes it, gives it a sniff, looks unfamiliar, takes a small bit and hands it back to you and says, "You are kind, but I am not of the persuasion."
Fair enough.
Says,
I'll put it back in my flask and keep it for later.
so he says to you if I might be so bold as to ask what brings you travel this way.
We're heading for the coast.
I too. Most do on this trip.
What are you looking for on the coast?
I seek a man. I thought him stationed at the university, but it seems he is not any longer.
Who's this man?
So he thinks for him and says, "A man who has wronged me greatly. I have been some short distance behind him for some long time now. I had hoped to catch up with him. But I have reason to believe he is stationed in Aurora." And you see pulls out from their cloak what is clearly a couple of pages that have been torn from a book or a ledger of some sort, and puts down on the chair next to you a list of names and addresses, one of which is circled where you see the name Victor Francis. Sent on Academy Business, northwards, the study of glacial movements. Bloody English students, honestly.
Can I put a hand on...
I tormented Brianna by sending her Marty's English short story.
It was good! I liked it! It was funny!
Obtuse and whimsical. It's apparently the feedback. Anyway.
Can I... Oh.
Yeah, no, carry on.
Can I put my hand on friend's arm?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say to them, I don't know why you're looking for this person, but if they've wronged you, I hope you're not seeking vengeance. It never brings any good in the end.
I seek something far more tangible from them.
What are you seeking?
So I look over you. Continue to make an impression, so a diplomacy check. And we'll probably leave that and cut to the front for a minute.
Sorry,
Big.
calm down.
Yes.
A fine
No,
suit
I like
of
it.
a
He's
hat.
cool.
Which I'll, of course, take off.
Yeah.
In presence of the Duchess.
Well, you're welcome into the first class carriage if you pay up from the 2 silver to pay 2 gold.
Sorry, what am I paying? I'm paying
20 silver
20
in
silver.
first class,
Right.
which is where the Duchess will.
Yeah, okay.
Do you do that?
Yeah.
You do so. You see first class. There's
That I'm paying out of my own pocket.
you see very few people in first class. You see a well-dressed, wealthy-looking gnome sitting in the corner, who seems to be smoking a pipe. Who says, Bigby, how are you, my friend?
Memphis, good to see you.
Oh, good. You're travelling a bit more style than I thought. The little starting bonus I gave you going to well use, I see.
This one's out of my own pocket.
Oh, well, why not? Indulgences are everything. And then absentmindedly clicks as you see an attendant wanders over and fills up their glass.
What an ass.
He says, "Steady on, don't spill it." Takes a sip and says, "I hear we are in for royal company."
Apparently.
Okay. Have you met the Duchess of Bond before?
No.
Delightful lady. terribly scared of spiders as it happens.
Oh, interesting.
And, well, just between you and I and you see, reaches into his coat pocket and pulls out a jar stoppered with a cork inside which is a small spider.
Why would you do
You
that?
see, he places it in your hand, and you see he simply says, for your own amusement. At which point he says, anyway, I'm not in this, right? And then stands up, walks out the front of the carriage, and heads off.
Okay, I'll put the jar
Oh.
in the
Oh
pocket.
no.
You see, at that point, then the usher then kind of opens the door and leads in, who looks to be a kind of an older gentleman, like boiled egg, completely bald head, cravat that's just like a ruff that's just a little bit too large, and an atrocious shade of, sickly teal doublet as he heads in. Well, quite, yes. Sits down at one corner. So the next person comes in, you can presume to be the Duchess. It's a woman in very fine regalia, great big ball gown, enormous powdered wig, completely pale face with their perfectly circular rosy cheeks painted on there. He's led in by who looks to be a butler, helping her. So she takes a seat, and that appears to be the people in first class for this journey. Do you want to go say anything to any of them?
Yeah, I'd like to introduce myself to the Duchess.
Yeah, you head up. Hello there, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Yes, well, it is so nice when one meets the common folk about these parts. Your name?
Joseph Bigby.
Oh, well, delighted to meet you, Joseph.
Thank you. What brings you to the coast?
Oh, well, I'm off. My late husband, bless him, every year enjoyed a cruise around this time on his yacht, and I thought to honour the tradition, I should go in his stead this year.
Ah, that sounds like a bit of fun.
Indeed. I would have liked him to join me, but, late as he is, he rather missed the carriage.
so he's still alive.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Just late.
Okay. Well, it's his loss, I guess.
God.
Yes, indeed. Have you been to Arona before?
I don't think so.
Probably not. You kind of come, I imagine, more from the west sort of area. Xander's your big city where you were from, and then you can roll a society check if you like, see if you've passed through here, or you can just decide on the character.
I'll just say no. I haven't.
Cool. You see, she goes, oh, delightful place, run by the Baron Marquis, quite a man, Back in 46, and begins to tell you this long, wandering story about her and the Baron, in which nothing in particular happens, but she constantly is on the edge of just hysterical laughter. That takes about 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You have to be there.
Give me a diplomacy check to make an impression.
That is a 28 on diplomacy.
She thinks you're a delight.
I got a 19 and I got plus 9 on diplomacy.
When she finishes her rather long, wandering tale, with what you assume to be some clever wordplay on two different types of fish, he rather thought it a marquee. And I said, no, my dear, you're the marquee. Oh, isn't that just... Do you continue talking with the Duchess? Do you ask her anything in particular? Steer the conversation anyway, or?
No, not really. I might go introduce myself to the other guy.
Yeah. Give me a perception check to head over to the other guy.
That one is a 18.
You feel the weight in your pocket where that jar was is now lighter than it had been.
I'll reach for it.
No jar.
I'm gonna sit on the other side of the guy. So where's the? So she's like kind of, you got door, her, corner, dude, and then another seat, all three. So he's kind of across, like there's a table between them, sort of space there. Yeah, so I'll go sit next to the dude.
So you see he says, "Oh, Miss Donovan, friend."
Sorry.
You see, yes, right, yes. Quentin. Well, I think so. My dear chap, you're a very good humour.
How are your travels?
Oh, you see, he tries to speak quieter, but just kind of leans closer and speaks at the same volume. See, his breath smells distinctly of like cheap sherry. Quite the bit better since darling Duchess joined us. Isn't she just a resplendent figure?
Yeah, she's lovely.
I hear her husband is rather late.
Yeah.
Yes. Terrible.
Missed the caravan.
Indeed, terrible. But all right for those of us who made it, and kind of elbows you in the ribs.
Indeed.
Yes.
I hate these people.
Well, my job, I can't help but notice your attire, unusual.
What's wrong with my suit?
It's all the buttons that come undone when you transform, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
You see, he says, I'm a tailor, actually. But I own a tailor. And same difference. I rather could, if you like, make you a fitting outfit.
Oh, that sounds fantastic.
Oh, good. I'll cancel the details later. And you see he waves over. You see the far end of the cabin, there's kind of a little waiter's door, and then one waiter in here. It seems to be some room attached to this. Again, this is a horse-drawn carriage, so it's very small, but it's done in the style of like a well-done train. As waiters bring over a bottle, as you see, he pulls out from his coat a deck of cards. He says, "You play?"
Sure.
Oh, good, my man. Gnomes or dwarven? Gnomes or dwarven? Poker man, what rules?
Oh, okay.
Bigby, I don't think you'll have proficiency or anything with cards. Yeah. So how this is going to work is it's a straight. It's either a deception check or perception to try to guess what they're doing.
Okay. So it's like poker sort of thing.
It's poker. It's kind of the difference between like Texas Hold'em or some other poker. I don't know the rules.
$5 stuff, yeah.
Cool. He offers you a game of poker, pretty much.
Yep. I'll accept.
When he says, "What about buying?" Shall we say, 4 or 5?
We've definitely got the better carrot.
6, I think. 6.
We have
Lucky
definitely
numbers.
got the better carrot.
These people are
Let's go
insufferable.
5.
5. You see, he drops down 5 silver for the buy-in.
I thought it was going to be 5 gold. Yeah, I'll put 5 silver down as well.
You see, he begins playing poker. We're going to come back to you in a bit, see how that game's going. Okay, to make me 3 of any combination of perception, deception checks, and then just jot those numbers down.
Okay, cool.
In the back, you two are making an impression with our less upper class friend.
My second roll with the hero point was only an 18.
18 is reasonable.
Oh, low on the die.
So we're doing diplomacy.
Diplomacy, yes,
Oh,
to make an
dear.
impression if you have anything special for that.
No, diplomacy. No, not at all. 17.
17, 18, these are not terrible numbers. You see they I seek a man who wronged me terribly early in my life. I am hoping to catch him at Arona before he takes off to the far north.
Interesting. I am seeking the shoes of a woman who wronged me terribly, although she is unlikely by the sea.
You see their brow furrows and they say, shoes?
Shoes. Apparently, with her shoes, I can find the fairy that did this to me. I hope you find whoever has wronged you.
So they say, I have picked up no small skill in my time hunting and tracking and searching. Were you to help me find my quarry, I could help you find yours.
Would you mind if I look at your scars?
So they do think on this for a minute. Very odd. Most people, when they think that there's some sort of movement, you see this person completely still.
Mm.
There is not the sound of breath. Their head does not twitch, or their eyes don't move. Just complete stillness. So they then seem to move again as they look to you and they say, "Yes."
I'd like to medicine check to try and work out what's happened
Yeah.
to
Can I
this
help action?
Yeah, absolutely. Medicine and medicine.
this creature. Oh, fuck. So that's a 1 plus 12 is a 13. But a 1.
And that'll be a 17.
17, so that gives you an extra bonus. So that was a 17, did you say?
No. So I have 13.
13, so up to 14, but a nat 1.
Yes.
So a nat 1's going to decrease your level of success. So that's going to fail as it is. You do learn a few bits and pieces. Whatever medical procedure was done to this person, way beyond your understanding. Way beyond your understanding.
Okay.
It looks like their body was damaged, what you would describe as irreparably, and yet they still seem to be functioning. They still seem to be alive.
Okay. So I say, was this one that you seek, this Frankenstein, is he responsible for the damage? I have not seen scars like this in one still alive.
You see, he says, Victor is a man of small nerve but great skill. And pointedly doesn't answer the other half of the question. It says, I would be grateful of any help. They'll understand any choice you make and would offer mine in return.
Well, we always like to help people, especially those who have been wronged in the past. Can I offer, I'll say, I can sometimes see glimpses of people's future. Can I see what lies in store for you?
You see they say, I know the path of my future well already.
I think sometimes we can go differently to how others envisage our future. I'm sure your Victor had a path they imagined for you.
See, they say, if so, I was never shown it.
People who meddle in the paths of others deserve what is coming to them. The shoes I seek are glass and belong to the princess of a glade further south, Cindershire. Her name is Cinderella.
You see, he says, I passed through Cindershire on my way north. I was met there by two unlikely. Though I did not see the princess.
Who did you meet in Cindershire?
I sought the employ of a witch to help me find my quarry.
Which witch? Sorry, I just really wanted to say that.
I could tell. I could feel it.
He says, sought the services of the Lady Tremaine.
Oh shit.
They were most helpful.
Was
Their
she...
price was steep.
I know her price too well.
You know this one.
Oh, that particular witch is my mother.
You see that the figure kind of goes to stand up and sort of bangs their head against the roof and takes a few steps back and says, I am sorry to have asked for your help. I've done you a great wrong.
Not at all.
You do not know. I have done you a terrible, terrible wrong. Your mother's price was steep.
Oh no.
She bade me take a life for the business she offered.
Mine or someone else's?
She asked me to take the life of her daughter, though not you.
Oh, Anastasia.
Oh my god.
Indeed.
Oh. Shame she didn't choose Cinderella, really, but that would have been much easier. Have you done so?
Just nods.
Mordred kind of shuffles away.
You see, reaches into their cloak and offers you 2 daggers. You have recognized as belonging to your sister. So she bade me bring them as proof, but did not want to keep them.
What else did she offer you in exchange for the proof?
He says, cast me a spell that led me to this, and then shows the bits of paper, which were at the university, and gave me means to enter there unseen.
You have not wronged me. My mother has wronged me on several occasions, this being one of them, but you have not. Mm-hmm. I shall help you find your victor, and it will add to my tally of reasons to deal with my mother when I have dealt with Cinderella.
You see, they think for a moment and they say, I will help you find your quarry, regardless of your help to me. I know not your sister, or how you knew her, but I know family to be the most precious thing.
Cinderella, not so much family. My sister fell foul of the same curse that affected me, and led an equally miserable existence. It may have been a blessing, although not that intended by my mother. She is a selfish witch indeed.
I say to them, after they say the comments about families, especially, sometimes our families aren't the most precious thing, but the friends and the people we surround ourselves with. Because that was my family.
You see, turns to us. Those are one and the same.
I say, can I see the daggers again?
Gives them 2.
Gives me 2 daggers?
Gives you 2 daggers.
I take one. I give them one back. We shall kill our quarry together.
I will not hold this lightly. I'm still. Meanwhile, up on the front.
I stow mine going.
Revenge!
I stow mine in my bag with all my surgical tools going.
Silly rich
This
person
one
music.
is for my mother.
Up north. Poker game.
Yes.
Do we get those rolls?
Yeah, so the first one I did perception.
Popping. I've got all the popping candy.
For 39.
For 39, that will be a success.
Then the next 2 were not so successful. So they were deception was the next one.
So
which I
dagger.
got 16 for.
Fail.
And then the next one was a perception again, which was a 15.
Wonderful. So that's a fail and a crit. Can you please roll me 3d20?
3D.
That is how much silver you went down.
Oh no.
Fantastic.
How am I down? I thought we only bought it for 5.
That's the buy-in, yes, but you raise.
Oh, I just keep... Huh? Oh, that's the buy-in.
The buy-in
That's
is 5.
That's the blind, you mean? not
That's the blind, sorry.
Yeah, so buy-in is like what you... That's the whole payment.
Oh, my apologies.
So
That's
poker.
the
Yeah, the blind, okay, was 5. Okay.
I don't play poker.
Oh, yeah, I do actually. But it's all good. Yeah, cool. So that was
The point being that, like,
46.
46. You're down 46.
Okay.
Uh,
I might call it a day.
yeah. The thing being, like, 6 silver is not an insane amount, to begin with, but is a lot more than most people play with. Most people play with coffee.
But you're in the rich person carriage.
You see, terrible luck, sport, terrible luck. Might I offer a little more interesting?
Sorry?
Might I offer a more interesting game?
Of what?
Oh, cards. It's a good one. Let me show you.
I think I've blown a little bit too much money.
Oh, we won't be betting with money.
What were you betting with?
No.
That's a very good one. And you see, he shuffles the deck, and so he puts a single card down. And he says to you, you turn over the card, and depending on whose card it is, they win.
What do they win?
Oh, very valuable prize.
That's extremely dangerous.
He says, turn over the card.
Can I do some kind of perception check or something to see if I think this is going to be
Yeah,
a
for sure.
good idea for me or not?
What's in these barrels?
14.
14. You think this is a very odd, eccentric man. You reckon this is probably some sort of, like, kind of almost gentleman's bet of, like, whoever wins gives a valuable gift to the loser.
Okay.
Or sorry, other way around. Whoever loses gives a valuable gift to the winner.
Yeah.
Might be like the deeds to a funny old man, like a funny old
mansion.
farm I have out in such and such way, or this little trinket I got, and it's a a gold statue of B or something like that.
Oh, okay. I don't really have anything to give. Well, I have that lucky coin or my diplomat's badge, but I don't know if those away.
You do have a chance of winning, of course, 50-50 odds.
Yeah. How do we know whose cards are who?
You see, so I'll take the suits of clubs and diamonds. You take the suits of hearts and spades.
I like hearts and spades.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Very well then. Turn over the card. You see, you turn over the card. What
It's a joke of sorts.
was taken from a deck of 52 playing cards? You see a great wolf standing and turning back at itself. There is no suit. There is no number. At the bottom simply reads the word death.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Okay.
So see the old man who says, see your card is up, my friend.
I'm going to give you a snapshot into the future. No one else is allowed to see this.
This is
Take if you want to.
grab it up. If you can. So he says, let's see. Expected more from someone so similar. You seem very different. At this point, you come to notice that the waiter,
You're in so much trouble.
Duchess, the waiter, even the tables of this carriage seem to be gone, and it is just this one table, you and this old man, who, as you see, the colour seems to be draining from his bizarre doublet, and the ruff around his neck seems to be sagging more and more over his shoulders, and looking less like, laced fabric, and more like a kind of mantle of fur.
Okay. I'm going to slowly back away and have put my hand on my cane.
So as you do, he says, good. You see, he stands himself, and you see he reaches to his side, where a small sickle is. Can you roll me initiative, please?
Oh, it's my brother.
What?
Holy shit!
What?
Sick!
Oh my god!
A wolf that wears many skins.
It's the evil wolf. It's the big bad wolf.
Oh my god!
Oh, that's so cool. I got a... It's perception, isn't it?
Yeah.
50.
I'll let you use...
Loving this session.
Yeah, three person.
It probably is perception, because you're doing that thing where you're
Go
waiting
please,
for someone
right.
to move.
Yeah.
Dear me.
15.
How much trouble can you get into?
Second. You said
15.
15. They're going first.
Yeah.
Oh my...
You good? What's your will save modifier?
+9.
Plus 9, so they got a hit in 19. They do. What's your armor class currently?
18.
That's a hit.
Do you want combat music?
I like the unnerving silence.
Out of currently string quartet and E
Oh,
major.
okay. I can't.
Really good music.
Yeah, probably some combat music. is
Okay.
good. And then, and what's your fortitude save modifier?
+5.
You see they cross the floor with surrounding. You see as they do, the old man's skin, the clothes he was wearing, the look of his face just kind of falls to the floor like paper, and you see in front of you, I think very similar to yourself, a dark, firm brow, a mouth with just too many teeth, and a black and white cloak, a scythe on one side, a small warhammer on the other. As you see, they run up to you, pull their scythe, put it over you, stick you in the side with it, and lock your sword cane where it is, preventing you from drawing your weapon. That's dash for 1, hit for 2, disarm for 3. As you see, they say, Hogson brothers, I thought capable, but if they fell to the likes of you, I might be wrong.
Okay. So how much? So did he attack me at all?
12 damage. Sorry.
12 damage. Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, I meant to ask you too. What's the rules with resting in this? Health? Because
You just hit rest, and it'll do it for you.
Yeah, because it only gave me 3 health points back. Because my constitution is +0, so I wasn't even back to full health.
I'm going to recommend you restart if your constitution is +0.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, con's really important for healing. Otherwise, you get 3 health back in the rest.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
I probably would have treated wounds if we had less health though.
That's fair. You didn't have downtime.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, let's chuck you to top for that. You also got a level up.
If we ever have a rest, I would probably treat everyone. And I'm sure relevant as well.
Unless you've got feats to make sure that guarantees success, we do need to roll those, because if you fail, you do take quite a bit of damage. So we'll roll by that in future rests. For now, we'll call you at full.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Or I'd use my heal spell.
Okay, so what's the? Can I do like a check to try to get out of the disarm?
Yeah, for sure. So you see he's hooked his weapon around your hand as you've got it held under the cane, so you just can't pull it up as a sword. But you can try to break that with an athletics check.
Yeah. I think. Athletics is not my best. What about acrobatics? We'll do something that way.
Acrobatics. What I'll let you do with an acrobatics check is break the grapple. Then you'll need to use another action to pull your weapon.
So it'd be two actions.
Be 2 actions.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if I did an athletics check,
It'll be swords.
Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the 2 actions. So I'm gonna do acrobatics, which is a 26.
26 will do it.
Okay.
Nice.
You manage to squirm your way out.
And then I take an action to pull my sword.
You see at the sound of the sword a great smile spread across this person's face.
And then I will swing at.
Yeah, go for it.
So.
So look at
It'll be a 25 to hit.
I saved some a while ago. 25 will hit.
I hope so. If it doesn't. Oh, awesome. And that'll be 6 piercing damage.
6 piercing damage.
Roll
Nice.
6 on my d6. I'm not ultimate.
Yeah. Someone has to.
Alright, give me 1 second. We will probably...
Too bad I rolled well on those numbers for how much coin I lost to.
Yeah, true.
I rolled like a 15 and a 19.
It's your curse.
That's the way it happens sometimes, though, isn't it?
And sometimes you just roll shit for
Oh, if I
everything.
kill this guy, I'll be able to just take the gold off. Just take the gold off.
If...
Right, I don't think that's... Yeah.
Look, I'll be honest, this is a winnable fight, but this is a difficult fight.
Yeah.
So this is your brother, right?
I think so, yeah. He's the big bad.
The other
wolf.
This is the other
That's
wolf. I leave it to you if he's your brother or what.
I like brother. I think
Yeah?
that'd be cool. Yeah.
You've met this guy before?
Yes. And he's the one that's like that disguises himself as the red light.
Yeah. The wolf wears many skins.
I love it.
This is
The funny thing was, I actually got some disguise kits myself, but I just
You're becoming
I
him.
didn't even think that was like connected to the other bad wolf. I was just thinking more from a Sherlock Holmes point of view, because he would disguise himself all the time. But then I was like, oh yeah, that's a big bad wolf thing as well.
There it is. I knew... give me 2 seconds. Here we go. I knew I had some.
That's why I suggested the makeup, because I've got some.
Yeah.
There's the character.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's taken like a humanistic version of the guy from Puss in Boots.
Yep.
Cool.
I've got to watch Puss in Boots. I heard it's really good.
It's really good. Don't watch it now because you'll steal all the ideas. Well, I've stolen all the... I mean, there's some similarities. You see big smile as you draw your weapon and strike against them. As you see, they look them down and say, "Have you been well, brother?"
Yes.
They just chuck it out and they say, "The Hogsons want you alive. Shame you won't let me." See, that reaches into their pocket and pulls out what looks to be a small like test tube full of black liquid and says, "You're not quite ready." Throws that on the floor. Can I get a fortune save, please? As you see, powder fills the cabin.
15.
15 is a fail, I'm afraid. You are blinded and I think it's confussed or confuddled, or one of the conditions. Doesn't really matter too much. Level 2.
Confused.
Yeah, he might be confused. The one that damages dexterity. Disease, maybe? I'll check. It's not terribly important. Because their third action, you hear the breaking of a window.
I think that's clumsy.
Clumsy. You're
Yeah.
clumsy too. Your move.
What did he do? Sorry.
You're blinded, so you can't see. You hear glass smash.
Okay, so I think he's probably pale. Blinded. So that means I can't see. All normal terrain is difficult terrain. Detecting anything usable. Okay. Oh shit! That drops an AC then too.
Yep. You see your blank. You see as you try to breathe in this cloud or whatever it is, you start just hacking and coughing.
No. That's changes what I was going to do. I was going to just use my breath thing.
Look, you can give it a go.
Yeah. I'm going to change shape into my wolf
Mhm.
thing from the first action. Not that it really does anything mechanically.
You hear a woman scream.
Oh no! The Duchess!
Shit. And then I'm going to...
Do we hear the scream?
Probably not. A couple of carriages back.
Excellent. I have a look in the barrels and see if there's alcohol.
Yep. We'll jump back to you then.
I'm going to be... No, thanks.
I'm going to
I'm totally
drop to
drunk
the-
when
I'm
it
gonna
comes to
drop
fighting
all
stuff.
and try to just like shoot myself.
You hold though.
Maybe take cover.
We'll jump back to you in a minute.
Or attempt to.
Back in the end carriage. Does not sadly appear to be any alcohol. That would be a pretty bad thing to cover because it's terribly flammable. You see there's water.
Yeah.
So something that looks suspiciously like porridge, and a thing full of several types of grain.
Can I detect magic?
Yeah, for sure.
Hmm.
That's not a check in Pathfinder either. Why do I keep thinking detect magic is a check? It's never been a check. No system I know uses it as a check. I always want to be like, roll a thing. Magic.
On
Yeah.
creature.
This thing's definitely magic. Your allies. Yeah, you just know it's magic. That's all that gives you. You know this guy's magic. You also know that the cloak they're wearing, separately to them, is also magic.
Ooh, can I say to them, that's an interesting cloak that you've got.
There's a gift from the witch.
My cloak was also a gift from a witch, and I'll show them all the little embroidery on my cloak.
You see, they take a really long, slow look over all of it. Your witch did fine work.
Oh, I did that.
Ah, you did fine work.
Thank you.
She doesn't seem to offer anywhere else for the conversation, but just kind of sits there happy.
Mordred also doesn't know how to make conversations. Neither do I.
Back up the front,
Back to the combat music.
Big B, you see the Duchess.
Oh, so I'm unblinded.
As your vision starts to
Okay,
come
so my
back, you
vision
see
comes back. I
the
see
Duchess has been stabbed. You see you hold. Do you drop
Does
your
the clumsy go as well?
Clumsy's gone as well.
Okay, yeah.
Do you, when you're like shielding yourself, do you drop your sword? Do you hold it? What do you do with it?
The Duchess
I reckon I would like hold it in front of me like that.
Yeah.
So I'd drop it.
You see, as the darkness clears, the Duchess has been stabbed, bleeding out at the moment. You hold in your hand a sword with blood. Shit.
Oh,
That's why he was like, yes. I blew my sword.
Your name once again is being threatened by
These bloody propagandists.
you see the waiter at the back cowering, calling through the hole to the next person. What do you do?
And so it's just me and the Duchess.
You, Duchess, the man is gone.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, there was two. And the waiter who seems to be calling for help. He's just gone wild. There seems to have been some sort of stabbing.
Are you in your big school currently?
Yes.
I will transform back into my regular form.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will do my no pause for a while.
All right.
Reduce my
Diplomacy
Yeah, that's it.
to try to reduce fright.
She's definitely frightened.
There's no cause for alarm. I've got a friend who's adopted.
Yeah, give us a diplomacy check.
That's a 14.
14.
She's
14 will work on the butler. That'll hit their will DC. Does not work on the Duchess.
Wait, so she's not dead?
Oh, she's not
She's
dead.
sorry, she's not dead. She's bleeding out.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
okay.
been
Shit.
stabbed.
Oh, okay. I thought she was dead.
Oh
Okay.
no, sorry, no, she's been stabbed.
Okay.
She's bleeding out. So that changes what you do. You're welcome to it.
Do I think? Do I know? Do I have an idea of how many turns I've got before she's going to die?
Difficult to say.
Okay.
Definitely not more than 3 at first glance.
Okay, in that
You've
case,
got a turn or 2.
yeah. Okay.
Without
in
a
that
med
case,
check,
I will
difficult to
not waste time with the diplomacy check. I will
Yep.
yell at the It cannot with the driver be able to hear me from
Yeah.
there. I'll yell it to the driver to stop the thing immediately.
Mhm.
Someone's been hurt,
Yeah. Use a carriage. Crawls to a halt.
and then I'll jump out and run to the back of the carriage to grab.
Yeah. What's your speed?
Well,
Ooh. Or
is it
shout.
different as the
I think you get +5 or no, not 5. Yeah, like +5 foot in beastkin form.
that doesn't say.
Oh, cool. Then you don't.
So
I thought he was out
25
anyway.
feet is
You've
what-
gone back to normal form.
25
Oh yeah, you're out of it. Cool. So you
I
can
could just
shout
shout.
and call, and then you've got 2 movements gets you 50 foot. Third movement will get you to the back, leaving with So you spend a turn to run near the back.
Okay. How far is the back?
2 movement actions, about 50 foot.
Okay.
Can I say that I heard the
I
shouting?
will call out to them. And
Yeah,
they'll start
it's
to run.
the trick is like yelling in one carriage and the other. It's quite soundproof, but
Yeah, so I'll get
but as
out.
you get closer,
And
you get
shouting.
here. 2 of you can leave if you like.
Yeah, I start
Yeah.
sprinting.
Oh, do I have to sprint?
You will
I was
probably-
literally going to look at the back and go, what? But they go, okay,
Someone
fine.
calls for aid. Mordred's coming.
Okay.
Mordred, you dash up there. 2 dash actions gets you to the Duchess, who's
Yeah.
bleeding
Okay.
profusely.
Um,
See the lovely white silk seats. Horrible.
so I've still
red.
got an action.
You've got an action.
Rosella will take her.
You've
Yeah,
also
can I
got-
cast
She's
it
not
in
rushing.
one action
She's
heal?
kind of
Yeah.
dashing slowly.
Oh, we're level 3, so it's increased now. Hang on. Oh,
Yeah,
I just
'cause
do
it's
this.
heightened.
I just do this.
Yeah. It's healing in Pathfinder, so you just kind of get to.
Oh wait, I roll d10s. I forgot.
I look at the Duchess bleeding,
Mhm.
and I look
That's
at
12
Big B's
healing?
sword. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I go, did things not go so well in the posh
Does healing
carriage?
stop bleeding damage? Persistent.
Things
Don't
are
think
much
it does.
safer with the sheep.
I don't think it does. I think that would be a treat.
Yeah. You see the wound itself closes, but then kind of just ruptures back open as she continues to bleed.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, well,
Duchess is going to have a round now and then do a flat check. This check is at a DC 10. The next turn is going to increase to a 15.
oh god.
Then
What did you do?
20 and she's definitely dead.
I cast a heal spell.
You've still got an action, so
Oh, bloody
Seems-
tree wounds.
Hang on, let me see.
give us a try.
Heal
Do you
does the
have
same-
combat medic?
Yeah. No, I have ward medic.
Oh, does that let you do it as an action?
No. That it's only battle medicine.
That gives you an action.
So
No,
otherwise,
it's
treatment
out.
takes 10 minutes.
It is, yeah. I can do lots of people in one go.
Mhm.
So you healed her, but she fell to pieces.
I know heal worked. Heal did some good.
Yep.
Heal is why she's now rolling.
Oh,
to see
you
if
have
she
to
bleeds.
administer first aid apparently. It's the way-
Is that's
That's an
I believe,
action, isn't
an
it?
action?
I think you can do it with battle medicine. It's,
I thought it was a combat action.
because I thought that was the thing with extreme wounds. It's
First
No,
aid
first aid's
is
a
heal is
double-
taller is a double action, so I
Cool,
can't
so
do
you
it
can't
on
do
this
one,
turn.
So she's going to make that roll.
Hang on,
If
which
she
one?
survives, you, medicine.
Medicine in combat. Treat wounds with hit points is the one that you can do with battle medicine.
Right, yeah.
Nice, lovely roll.
Whereas this stops bleeding and
That is a 9. I'm afraid the Duchess bleeds out.
She's dead.
What?
Even with the healing she got.
The healing is the reason that she's rolling to see if she bleeds out more, unless she was just going to die at the end of that turn. Mordred, you help her, but you cannot stop the bleeding. As you see the Duchess.
I look over and
This is
go,
my catharsis trigger.
I
Where
don't think she
is-
has it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
where is the Duchess's high quality medics when you need them?
You
Such
yeah,
a shame
Can I
we
cast
were.
stabilize?
Do you have that?
Yes, it's one of my prepared
What's the
papers.
action economy?
Oh, like as she goes unconscious because she bleeds out.
Yeah. How many actions does it take to cast?
2.
No, you didn't have to. You only had one action, and
No, once
Oh.
she goes unconscious. To stop her dying.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, no, fair enough. She'd go dying one. She would. Yep, you cast stabilize.
dying one.
Pathfinder, it sounds so anticlimactic, dying one, as opposed to she has a death save. You can stabilize. Does that just stabilize her?
Yeah, loses the dying condition, though it remains unconscious.
Wild. Cool. You run over, halt the bleeding, and what does that spell look like, do you think?
Once again, the threads from his cloak kind of wrapping around and knitting the clothes.
She is unconscious, breathing. See, at this point, the usher, man with the stained shirt and mutton chops, runs around and says, "What the hell's going on?"
There was another bad wolf around. My brother came and somehow injured the Duchess with my sword.
Diplomacy check.
Yeah, I'll use my diplomat's badge.
Yep. This is a pretty important role.
That'll be a 26.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good one.
You're rolling well.
Well, there's a 15, and then I've got plus 11.
Yeah. Yeah, that is enough. You see, he looks around, he sees the old man missing. Looks over, sees that she's alive. Kind of walks up to you, Mordred, and says, "Move out the way, move out the way." And then he says, "My lady, are you all right? Are you all right?" And so she kind of, weeks out or so. Oh, she's in there. Thank goodness. All right. It's all right, everyone. There's no trouble here. It's all good.
Are we out of combat? Now the question is, do I treat wounds and risk doing 1d8 damage if I roll really badly?
Mm-hmm.
I think probably.
Do it.
Oh god. After I went to all that effort.
Drizella starts to very carefully open her bag and lay out her
Rusty?
worn, weathered, loved tools, healer's tools in a row. There's some sort of rusty scissors, a bit of a rusty blade. There's a very nice looking dagger. There's some string. And
give us a perception check.
And she looks over and she goes,
Can I guidance Drizella?
Yeah, for sure.
I will suture this wound.
Let's see it done. This takes 10 minutes, so you're definitely getting walked in on while you're doing this.
Yeah. You can see my eye hole steaming up.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's do the medicine check. Let's see what happens.
Do we want to...
I so wanted to be a 1.
Emma, before you roll that,
Yeah.
if you willingly crit fail now, I'll give you a free 20 at some point later.
I'm not sure she would willingly crit fail it.
Why are you so cruel?
Oh, no, this isn't Drizella. I'm talking to just Emma, you, as a person.
Is it for her to use whenever she wants it?
Yep. Emma, whenever you want to roll 20. This will fuck Bigby over badly.
Oh, no, I wouldn't.
Even more reasons.
Drizella wouldn't deliberately fuck Bigby over. She's more... if she crit fails it, it's more accidental because she's too busy watching this dickhead that put her in the back with the animals.
You've got a +1 too from guidance. Hey!
17.
So 28, 29, 30.
Crit success.
Nicely.
2d8
So-
plus 14, some nonsense like that.
So, decent number.
She doesn't have... you don't need to roll that. Gets her to full, regardless with the plus 4. She's not...
It's really well, even with a 30, it's tidy, but it's going to be a really ugly scar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's tidy, but it's like garden twine.
Ooh,
And,
that is so nasty.
you know,
With a 10, you notice blowing out the door the card that your brother left there, as well as what looked to be a note. But they blow out the door, and you don't have time to see them. With a 10,
No.
she wipes the blood off the scissors and things on her robe and packs everything back in her bag and looks at the guy who sent her to the back and goes, "It's a shame that her high-quality medical staff was nowhere to be found as she was trying to bleed to death. Unfortunate. Maybe you should be less discriminatory about the medical care that you relegate to the cattle wagon."
Perhaps you would do me the assistance of accompanying the ailed Duchess in the...
I would rather not, and I return to the cattle wagon to hang out with the green dude.
See, he looks very sheepish. Looks to you and says, "What happened to the other one?"
Turns out he was my brother.
Right, that's more than I need to know. Is he gone?
Yes.
Oh, good. And he goes back up and says, "All right, come on, we're nearly there. Let's keep moving. One of all day."
And Mordred
Stop
didn't
in
see the
bloody
note.
Greenwood slightly.
Pardon?
Mordred didn't see the note floating
Yeah,
out
would I
the door.
have got the chance?
You nicked fucking 50 gold off me, prick. Silver, sorry. 50 silver. Still,
You see, as you head back, you see in the trees suddenly just yellow eyes opening. Boop, 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 boop. They look far away, but many watching you.
Didn't like that.
Do you continue on?
Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah,
We go back with friends.
Yeah, so you go back with friend. Bigby,
Yeah.
where are you going? You staying in the front with the unconscious Duchess?
If she wants me to run off, I can, but
She seems unconscious.
I'll have some more stuff.
Yeah. You take sup in the bloodstained carriage. With a
Or if
slightly
there was
strange
food there, I would take that back for us
Yeah,
and
yeah.
friend.
Yeah, you can see they're
I'll take
given
Well,
like
the
one.
a,
Duchess is unconscious.
Yeah, we
you're
take
given
her.
like roast chicken and vegetables and that sort of stuff. There seemed to be some kind of mildly decent soup being passed around middle class, and what looks to be a large bucket of slop heading towards the back before you two bring the nice meals.
I'll bring
to
the
friends.
bubble.
We'll bring the first class meals and give some to friend.
You see they again just
Fine,
devour
so-
it down. You see they just chew the bones of the chicken. Thank you.
Why?
She was just like, looked at the caravan wasn't moving at that point. Inside the building. I could have just fucking gone outside and walked for that way.
It's taken off in the wind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like the feather in first.
Mm-hmm.
Until it comes back. And it lands on my foot.
And I say to friend, though, I say, it would appear that our value is largely based on how desperate people are for assistance.
I have found what work I can be given is for tasks that are desperate. Your mother, for instance.
What was she desperate for?
It seemed with great urgency she was seeking out her own blood.
Did you get any indication why that might be?
She did not see fit to tell me. But I don't think she knows where you are.
She won't see me coming.
I thought of an idea. Can I? Is that what it was?
He's after this bloody night, you know.
Look, you can leave the caravan and wander down backwards to try to find it. Into the woods.
No, I was actually thinking, could I like put down some paper and try to like up on the table to see if I can get some kind of parts.
Oh, fucking love that. Very investigative. Yeah, absolutely you can do that.
Should I roll something?
Definitely. I think we call it
Table.
crafting.
Table rubbing check.
Architectural.
Because I've also got a
It's a
robbing set,
table
but I think it's
in a
specifically for
carriage.
Crafting check for this.
That's interior design law.
Oh, yeah,
It's
and I
an
get-
antique table.
And because I've got a literal rubbing set specifically for that,
Of course he has.
I've got a +1 for it.
I've
Yeah,
got
so it's
coffee
craft.
and alcohol and a healer's kit, and you've got
23.
brass rubbing tools.
Someone's always rolling really well.
Yeah.
Him.
Tonight it's Jesse.
I do like an earlier start, I have to say.
Big fan.
Big fan.
3 people parties, good vibes as well.
You've done nothing but go.
Amazing what one literature reference is. You take out a bit of paper.
I was just struck when
Stick a
it's
charcoal.
creator. I'm like,
Um, you get some of it. What do you get? 20.
23.
It was the glasses.
Yeah, fuck it. You get the whole letter with a 23. Why not? It's more fun to get to know things than not know things.
Yeah, cool.
See, it says quite simply, the Hogsons
You're
want
a dick.
Just a little thing. No. He says, the Hogsons want you alive.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure you don't make it there.
Oh, why did you tell me that? It's awfully convenient. Had me pretty much stuffed. Oh. That's fine. Next man probably won't be so lucky. I'll be checking everyone for disguises. I'll be like staring at them.
Paranoia.
I see makeup.
The plan unfolds.
Oh, it's just a chick that's trying to look pretty fucking. It's just
Maybe
an old
head
lady.
first, ask questions later.
Yeah.
Someone with a toupee, you're just like...
Oh no, that was actually Red Riding Hood's grandmother. Shit. No idea.
I need a drink real quick.
Wow. That token is so much bigger than the others.
Yeah, large size
But yeah.
creatures. He's huge.
I count everyone's teeth.
Just make sure they've got the right amount. This session's great. This is fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It's so much fun.
Maybe that's just the Frankenstein references.
No, it's just fun.
It is.
So much fun.
Oh, I love the other big one.
Oh, so cool. So
I've been
cool.
waiting for that, so that's really cool.
What was that? What did you say? What's the scheming going on?
There's no
Oh,
scheming.
we're
just
just
saying-
saying how much we're loving the session.
We're just
Oh,
having
okay.
fun. Like, loads and loads of fun.
And the big battle reveal was really cool.
Yeah, he nearly bloody gave me the worst reputation.
I think it just serves you right because you decided to sit in the
The
posh
rich
seats.
Hey, hey,
Abandon your friend.
No,
Back in the car.
I didn't abandon her. You went with her. One of us had to get some information from the front.
Oh, is that
And
what
it
you
cost
were
me
doing?
It cost me a lot of money.
You were playing
I imagine we have this
cards.
conversation later.
You were playing cards,
It
right?
was a strategic choice. I had to do it for the good of the party.
Someone had to do
yeah,
it.
yeah, for the good of the party.
You were supposed to destroy the rich, not join them.
It's always the good of the party.
Bring balance to the cards, not leave it in darkness. Oh, goodness me. All right.
Quite literally, because you won.
Yeah.
Seems also bad.
You continue on. You see
These Hogsons are putting me some shit.
they got money. Near the end of a line, and probably delete that whole line as well. It's quite unplugged. We all know where it is. Hey, you got
What,
money.
collapse a build?
Yeah, I'm gonna do like some kind of controlled demolition.
Sounds like fun to me.
I love it.
And then pretend it was a
You
pot.
blow that building down.
It's not.
You see the Duchess awaits as you continue on your journey, and Seething says something to the butler, who comes over and says, "The Duchess has requested that you vacate the cart."
I'll go over and apologise.
As you start to walk closer, you say, "The Duchess is not of strength to hold converse."
Okay. Just for curiosity, can I have red lips? What she said to the butler?
Absolutely. Fucking lips. You absolutely can. It was something to the effect of, "Get that fucking maniac out of here.
That dirty, filthy animal.
That monster werewolf. He can't be trusted."
Can I go to the middle class?
Mhm.
Do I have to go?
No, you can go to the middle class.
Okay, good.
You go over, you open the door to the carts. The cart's still moving.
Yeah.
You see the butler says, points out the door.
Oh, what do you expect me to just like
Seems to.
jump out?
You're not moving at a point where it would hurt, but like, the
Okay.
cart's moving along at a steady pace.
Okay, I guess I'll do an acrobatics check to see if I can get
Yeah.
around.
You jump out,
21.
stick the landing. Well done. Just down there, animal-like reflexes. Door closed behind you as the caravan moves on beside you. There's a couple of people who can't afford to be actually in the caravan and just traveling alongside it with security.
Oh,
That sort of thing. do you go find middle class?
Yeah.
See, as you're walking along, you see this see these two people. This one quite tall and thin, the other short and round, both dressed in kind of nondescript black clothes, flat caps. They seem to have quite large backpacks on, both of them. As you see, as you're walking past, the tall one kind of nudges the short one, raises eyebrows, looks at you. Short one gives a nod, and so they kind of match pace with you as you're walking along, as you're heading back to middle class. As you see, the tall one takes off their hat, introduces himself, and says, "Good day, my friend. How are you?"
Pretty well.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. My name is Jasper, and this is my dear associate Horace, as he gestures to the short chap. So he says, you look like the type of person who'd be interested in a little gold.
Do you have some investigating work for me?
Yeah, investigate. And so the short says, investigate. We happen to know, and you see he goes and puts an arm around your right side, and the short guy comes and puts an arm around your left side, and kind of spins you around and starts walking back with the as Torn says, we happen to know of a little stash just outside of town, just a little ways out of the glade, in a clearing, very safe. And we need a few extra hands to collect. You see the short one and says, "You collect. We got some goblins owe us money. Need you to go collect it." So the tall one says, "Yeah, collect it."
So good.
Where's this?
You see the tall one says, "Oh, it's a short walk. You would simply have to head off from the carriage just before we entered the glade, heading due east. Man as yourself could find the way easily. Short 5-minute walk through the woods, you'll be in the clearing. See some goblins, ask them for the gold, tell them they're dear friends, Jasper and Horace sent them. Dear friends. And they'll hand you over the gold, sweet and easy as. You get to keep half of it, you bring us back the other half, everyone's happy."
Okay, can I
Everyone's happy.
make a perception check, I guess?
Yeah, go for
Whatever it is to try to type it.
Yeah.
Full of shit.
Make a full of shit check.
That's perception.
That's perception.
A 12.
These seem like the most trustworthy gentlemen you've ever come across.
And they're really
Look
funny.
at these
so
faces. Would these people lie to you?
Okay. I guess I can do it. Will I still be able to catch up to the caravan before it goes?
Yeah, so the caravan is moving along not much faster than walking, so they're kind of walking alongside, and then as you've been heading back to find middle class, they kind of grabbed you and all walking along pace with the caravan. So Jasper says, one little thing, you got any, anyone you're travelling with? Anyone who'd miss you?
Does none of this seem in any way suspicious to you?
No, he
so-
trusts them completely.
Yeah.
This.
Okay, so
You got any
I guess
friends?
I would probably be honest with them because I think they're trustworthy. So
Yep.
Yes. Yes, I've got some friends.
So the two share a look and raise eyebrows at each other. The tall one says, "Oh, wonderful. Well, you should bring them along. Help carry all the gold you're going to collect." Yeah,
Okay.
all the gold.
How much am I getting out of this gold?
Oh, well, you know, we never kept exact tabs on what these goblins owed us, to be honest.
How about a
Exact
percentage?
tabs. Oh, you can keep half and give it to your friends. as you
Half?
feel fit. Absolutely.
Of your gold. That you're
Half
honest.
of our gold. Exactly.
You're very generous.
We are, aren't we?
Knock on the back
Yep.
of the carriage.
You broke the DM for a second.
Sorry.
Thank you, Jesse.
So good.
Hey guys, I got us a job. It's real easy. Just to click and collect. Drop in, drop out. We got 50%.
Can you pass that to Jesse for me?
Oh God, I love you guys so much.
I've rolled like nothing above, like below a 10, except for
24,
the one,
26, 29.
the clearly full
12.
of shit people. I roll a 3. I love it. I'm glad because I kind of wanted to do this anyway, just because these guys are so entertaining.
Real quick, these are my favourite characters.
What are they from again?
101 Dalmatians.
Dalmatians.
They're
Okay, cool.
Cruella de Vil's
Side, yeah, henchman. I stick my head out the door and go, have you not got yourself in enough trouble for one trip?
Yeah, well, I got to make up for all the money I just lost.
So people are just going to give you money.
Well, it's for doing a courier job.
It's not for killing anyone, is it? And I'll pop my head out underneath Drizella's.
I don't doubt it.
Who are we killing?
So there's 3 stacked at the back of this
Just
wagon.
an enormous.
At the
Was
back.
he scared the shit out of me?
Look, it's probably not the nicest thing to see.
Yeah, there's 3 heads stacked out the back of this wagon,
Is this one of your friends?
and this sheep sticks its head out at the bottom. I look at where. So where do we have to go? What's the information, Big B?
There's a clearing just up the path a little bit, and then
Yeah.
we've just got to go there and collect some gold from these goblins that these guys are owed.
Okay. And if it's so easy, why are they not collecting it themselves?
Oh, no, I didn't think to ask. Sherlock
I
Holmes
would
just
say
suddenly
that I-
become an idiot. Like, absolutely. I reckon I've had a few drinks in the first class caravan. That's why I'm
Absolutely.
that's why I'm-
Is
Like,
that your
Big
excuse?
B is an investigator, so I just trust him implicitly. Like,
Oh,
He's not led you
I've
astray.
got a diplomat's badge.
yeah. Would have
Where
been
did-
diplomat.
Where did you steal that from? Okay.
No, I got that from the Polar Express.
Are you
Gifted by the skeletal conductor of the Polar
Are
Express.
you
Yeah.
going to go with or without us? Is it that easy a job?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, someone
Let's
needs
see.
to keep an eye on him.
You see your friend speaks up and says, I am bound to help you as agreed. I can come with you now or meet back with you in the port.
You are welcome either way. I would not wish you to come to harm accidentally at the hands of one of our friends' harebrained schemes when you have quarry of your own to be searching.
I'm sure any friend of yours is both brave and wise. But I shall head to town for business of my own.
Then we shall see you there.
Safe friend.
Yeah, you see they say,
He's going,
keep safe, friend.
keep safe. We shall see you in town. Come on then. Who are these people that we're working for?
Jasper and Horace.
I trust these people with my life.
Oh, Jesus.
I
Where
wouldn't
are
go
they?
that far, I just think they're very trustworthy.
Give me a society check real quick.
Me?
Giselle's the only one who'll know this.
14.
Jasper and Horace, 14.
Mm.
Yeah, cool.
Don't know them?
No, nothing sounds realistic.
Okay. I've never heard of a Jasper or a Horace.
I mean, you've heard of other people
Called Jasper and
but
Horace.
this isn't like, Penn and Teller.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's the first duo my mind reached for there. There's probably more famous ones. Can I have a look at that?
Okay.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Simon and Garfunkel. But it
Boris
took
and
me.
Francis.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
And then the reason I thought of that is because you referenced Sound of Silence before.
You
Sounded
referenced
like-
that.
You reference
You
Sound
were
of
talking,
Silence.
talking about Cobblestone in the Dream, so I was like,
Oh, well,
Yeah, new reference. So, yeah. Okay then.
wonderful.
Show us
You
where
have
we're going.
directions, you know where you're going.
Alright. Let's go.
Oh. So, you continue
We're
along.
gonna die.
I should probably. Have you got any spare healing before we go?
Yeah,
In case this
I'm
goes bad?
pretty much full up. I've only got one that I've used.
Alright, cool. Because I'm still sore
I don't
from
know how to... Oh, I need to press rest.
a quick fight with my mum.
So,
Thanks for healing
Oh, yeah.
the Duchess.
Do you look? Oh, she was unwell. She was injured. I needed to heal her.
Mm.
Do you need healing?
Yes, please.
Don't
My
wanna
brother's a dick.
waste a heal spell. Your brother.
do you say that?
Yeah.
I don't want to waste a heal spell.
Oh no.
What do I do?
Do you have stitching that's required?
I'll just.
I have some twine left.
One action to treat wounds with the battle.
Yeah. Actually, I've got a bit leaking. I'm swirling the shirt.
Terrible.
Oh, it looks
Oh,
like.
goody. What's that a total for?
Ooh.
I thought I was going to get
11.
some tailor job too. Now I've got
Can
one
I help?
less suit.
Nope.
Not
I mean,
only
you
did
could
it
have
not
done
get
I
me
have
the
No, no,
not
no.
rolled above.
No, I didn't.
I've not rolled above a 9 this whole session.
It is unfortunate.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
But it does make for a good
I
story.
only had 2 below it.
Treat wounds.
Oh yeah.
So what is that?
I
Oh,
really
look
need
at that. There's a fun little toggle for remastering legacy rules in
So what's happened? Am I
Pathfinder.
getting heals or not?
You might
no.
get harmed.
You're getting harms.
only a critical failure deals damage. And the DC is 50. So with an 11, that is not the critical.
Not now, but between sessions, would I be able to remove one of my feats and take assurance instead? Because this is ridiculous.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, absolutely. You can do that.
Not right now, though.
I'd coordinate between the two of you about who's taking the healing type feats and who's not. Or you can have 2 healers, but
No, it's probably excessive.
where was I? Oh yes. So you don't get any healing, unfortunately. Mordred tries, but is unable to heal you. Once again, also that does take 10 minutes.
Oh no, I was
No,
using
you can
my
do
one
one
action
action.
because I've got battle medicine.
Oh, cool. You do have battle medicine.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, good to know. Cool.
I'm not spending 10 minutes healing him.
Cool. You don't get any healing there. You can use a heal spell if you want to.
I'm not going to
Otherwise,
waste it now.
cool. You follow the caravan up until the lake, and then, as instructed, you see a little game path, basically, not a full. Like the path from the glade. The forest goes on forever. Huge, enormous trees that reach up as high as skyscrapers.
So
And
is
the
friend
paths
coming with us? Or
are just no friend is not. So just
saving friend from... Okay. No, we just don't
follow that game trail for, as they say, about 5 minutes through it. You dying in there? Alright, good. What I'm going to need is an encounter check from whoever's leading the game. Encounter check,
Just tricky.
5 or lower, there's going to be an encounter. That one's going to be a bad encounter. Or a particular
5.
bad. 5.
Woo!
We got a wild encounter. Love these. I did have something planned, but I'm feeling adventurous. Can the 3 of you roll me a luck check, please?
All of them?
Yep.
Hey! My first roll
6.
of a 10!
6.
14.
17.
17. As you're heading along, you see along this game trail 2 people. One of them looks to be like a lumberjack, maybe, or a woodsman, something like that. The other is no. And the other is in medicaster robes. You see, they both lie not dead, but just kind of shaking and quaking as this strange green lines, almost like cracks, cover both of their bodies.
Light.
Yeah, glowing lines of light.
Is that a similar green to the one we saw
It
on
is
Nimue?
indeed.
Going to what?
The Nimue green.
You see them a little ways ahead of you on the trail.
I go up to the Medicaster one. I don't touch them. I go, what's happened?
She'll begin trying to stumble out an answer. And they fail. They start to form a word. So they say, blight.
Oh, do I know what that is?
Occultism.
Are we all hearing?
I'm assuming the two of you have also gone up to this.
Occultism.
Or nature.
Or nature, both bad.
Or society.
Would Darkwood fortune telling or hagler work?
Darkwood will do your favour.
Yeah. 13.
24.
13, you don't get anything. The 24, you remember in the tomb of the Horned King, one of his epithets was the Blighted Lord.
Yeah.
What exactly blight is for the 24, you're not sure. These two look very close. Sorry, the lumberjack is dead by the look of things. They don't seem to be breathing or talking. The Medicaster seems very unhealthy.
Can I say, is this the Blighted Lord?
Which again, they're trying to stumble out a word. They should be struggling.
Can I, like, does it look like a wound? Or, like, is it some, almost like infection?
Medicine check.
Could I medicine check it?
Yeah,
See
is
what's
blight
going on?
healable? That's,
Yeah.
If you say-
Maybe we should amputate.
As you see, they then stumble out
27.
another word. A bull! A bull!
A bull.
Where's a ball?
27.
Yeah.
27 is seems magical in nature,
Yeah.
though it is having physical effects.
Yeah.
I'm going to start
Medicine,
looking around
32.
the area for-
32.
With a crit 20.
Beating,
That's
wonderful.
32.
So beating a 30, you know this person now has negative healing. So a healing spell will harm.
Would a harm spell heal them?
It will indeed.
Then I will harm them.
Do you explain what you're doing before you do this?
No.
Wonderful. You reach out, casting a harm spell, seemingly to kill this poor wounded individual, and as you do, the blight, these tendrils of light seem to crawl back off this person, sliding back to the body of the woodsman. As you see, they pass out.
He will feel better when he wakes up. There's a small trickle of blood rolling from his temple. Just a small one.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll feel better when he wakes up.
Can I just
Interesting.
make sure that they're still breathing?
Yeah, now.
Okay, cool.
Do you not trust my medicine, Mordred?
Well,
What should we
it
do with
looks
them now?
more harmful than healing.
Well, it was. The only other creatures I've seen that work on were the undead down in the tomb.
Can I make a perception check looking for a ball?
Yeah.
Bull.
12.
12. There are no bulls nearby.
What are you talking
This trail doesn't seem like a bull could navigate.
It is of concern when harming spells undo the whatever that blight was. The only time that has worked in healing was when we soothed the skeletons before we went down into those crypts.
And there's the same light, and they're talking about light. Do you think it could be connected to the Horned King?
As you say that,
Oh,
the
dear.
body of the
Shouldn't have said those words.
love words. The head
Oops.
just turns as you hear a terrible creaking sound. As you see it, the body just says, your horrible gasping breath, all hail, and begins to decompose rapidly until there's just a skeleton there.
Is that the one I just healed?
No, that's the woodsman who seems dead.
Oh, okay.
All hail.
We should pick this person up, but on our way back.
The only way to get back from where you are is going to be along the same path.
Yeah, so we'll be able to.
You'll definitely pass them.
How long does that last?
Do I, on sort of medicine checking this, the one I've just healed, armed healed, how long do I think he's going to be out? Is he currently stable?
Looks like you've not cured whatever was going on. You tempered the symptoms with that harm spell, but definitely still.
Could I treat poison?
You with the check you got, you don't think it's poison. It's more like a curse.
Okay.
So if you have treat curse, you can, but I think that's high.
Yeah, that's high level.
How long do I think he's going to be unconscious?
A number of
he
hours is the time frame we're talking about. Definitely enough time for you to go and do your business.
Right, he's going to be out for a while, so I suggest if you want to go and help this Horace and Jasper with goblins, hopefully they're not horned goblins, then I suppose we should do that. I'm thinking,
We should take them to the town.
were we not warned about going into the wood?
You're in the woods currently.
Yes.
We should get out of the woods.
There's a clearing soon.
You see far off in the distance a pale yellow light start to glow. A dimmer section in the middle. You can't help but think of a giant eye. It's very far away. It just seems to be looking at you.
Or it's better be
As
worth this.
Let's not stick around. Let's go.
Just before we go, can I do one thing quickly? Can I read fate on the person who we just healed?
Yeah.
Just to see if there's like death in their immediate future.
so the word to describe their immediate future as
Bad.
pestilence.
Yeah.
Mm.
But not death.
But not death. Arguably better. Who's to say?
One of the four.
Well, swap one for another. Do you continue along?
Yeah.
You see, after about another minute, so you've been walking
Can
for
I
about
throw
5
my
minutes.
shield and sword?
Yeah, for sure. You draw a shield and sword. Anyone else drawing weapons or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll draw my bow stuff.
As you continue walking,
Sorry, not my
forward-
sword, just my shield.
This shield. Who is leading the way?
Yeah, you know.
Can I have a perception check from you, please?
20.
You start to hear in the distance apples and quinces, lemons and oranges, plumped and tipped cherries, melons and raspberries, Bloomtown checked peaches, sweetheart mulberries, free wine cranberries, crabapple, dewberries, pineapple, blackberries, apricots, strawberries. The call of like a wares barker or a hawker somewhere in the distance in the woods along this path of travel as you begin to come to a clearing. You see what looks like was once a lumber milling operation. They were kind of knocked up some houses and then cut down some of the trees in the forest and sent out. But this one looks abandoned. The carts that rest nearby seem to have sat there for a long time. The wheels rusted and aged, and the stacks of wood here long with moss overgrowing them. The houses seem abandoned. The glass has been taken out of the windows, the doors taken off the shutters. But set in the middle is a large stand of fresh fruit and produce, behind which stands 3 goblins, the most centre of which continues. All right together, all in summer weather, mourn that which passes by, fair either that fly, come by, come by. Our grapes fresh from the vine, pomegranates full and fine, dates and sharp bullaces rare, pears and grape gauges, damsons and bilberries, taste them and try, come by, come by. Seems to be calling to no one in particular, and then notices you all enter. Says,
Hello, friends.
Ah, come try, fine fruits, try. You see the goblin kind of behind the centre one there has what looks to be a lute slung over their back, and almost the outfit of like a motley jester about them, whereas the other two are a little more plainly garbed.
Oh dear.
So, our feast is but yet beginning. Night yet is early. Warm and dew palely, wakeful the starry. Such fruits as these no man can carry. Try. And gestures to the large array of fruits on a large stand.
Are these are these a free tasting?
Yes, try it.
No.
Can I
Come
make like
on,
a perception
try
to
it.
see if I can get
Bigby!
Yeah,
Big
give me a
Don't find
give me a
the
perception.
fruit!
22.
22.
Don't drink the fruit from the weird goblins in the clearing.
22 is enough. This is strange.
Okay.
You look at the fruit. It looks very inviting. It looks ripe and delicious and exotic. There are fruits here you've never seen. There's a lot of fruit here you've never seen. This is an incredible array of fruit to have in an abandoned lumberyard in the middle of the woods.
Yeah.
With a 22, you can't put your finger on it, but there's definitely something not kosher about this. This is strange to say the least.
It looks very tasty and I'd love to do it, but we're short on time. We've been sent here by some good friends, Jasper and Horace,
Hosper
to
and Hasper.
collect some gold.
So you kind of look at each other. You see that the one hand looks to the two others standing on the other side of the car. So, no gold here, but the gold and our fine mangoes. Gestures over. Try it.
Golden and fine
Can I
mangoes.
detect magic?
Yeah, for sure.
I detect magic.
Again, it's not a thing you actually have to do. You see there is magic over the fruit. What level are you casting detect magic?
It's a cantrip.
As a cantrip, so it's heightened.
Heightened to
second.
level 2. Yeah.
Which
Doesn't do anything, it only does something at third.
it does do something,
Oh, does it?
but not enough. There is something. The fruit tends to have magic to it.
I'll put a hand on Big B and I'll say there's something magical with those fruit.
Indeed, magic it is. One try and change your life. Finest fruit has never been seen. Come, try it.
Just take the gold.
And he looks confused and says, "You want gold?
Yeah.
Very well. Gold can be found in our mangoes fair. Our peaches, fine, not covered in cool stuff." Pulls out a peach and pulls out a knife and kind of cuts you a slice and says, "Try it."
I don't see any gold in this page.
Look closer, you must. Look closer.
Oh, Big
Look at it really
Look at it really close. Give me a wisdom save. Give me a will
Oh
save.
my god.
I will say.
A will save.
You're not a big goblin then.
That'll be a 17.
As you're looking at this, you start to hear, and all three of you hear this from around the sides of the glade. As you hear the sound of drums. As you look at the most delicious-looking piece of fruit you've ever seen. The skin has a slight dew on it. It's gold. It's juicy. It looks like the most tasty thing ever. And you feel a terrible dryness in your throat, a terrible parched sensation.
Pies all over again.
But with a 17, you do not feel compelled to eat it. As you see the goblin looks at you, licking its own lips, as it just is on its very tiptoes, hands on the sides of the cart. Try!
You are creeping me out.
Its face kind of drops a little and it says, "No business to be had here? Very well. Let us say amends and Go.
I'm not going without the gold that I was sent here to collect.
We have no gold."
Perception check. So I think it's fine. I'm terrible for an investigator. That is a 13.
13? You don't see any gold, that's for sure.
What am I supposed to do then? I've sent in to collect some gold.
So he says, "You're here to collect some gold?
Yes.
Try.
I'm not trying your fruit, you creep. I don't trust you.
Mordred will try
You see
some!
he picks up a date and climbs onto the counter and starts just moving it towards you and says, Try!
Are you actually trying something?
Can we not just take some of this fruit back for Horace and
I'll
Jasper?
I'll try one.
Oh no.
What do you try? There's every conceivable fruit.
I'm not the bloody day that is.
What's like?
You see, as you do that, there's a rustling around you, and the drums stop. see. Goblin looks at shaking hand at you fruit and says, "You did not try. You did not try. And now you must die!" Get an initiative roll.
Oh. Amazing.
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh. 27.
Apparently, whenever you roll well, I roll better.
Yeah, that's how this works. I've rolled 3 good rolls. I've got goblin combat music. I
Yeah.
don't know much.
Goblin combat.
Yeah, it's what's in the forest with the drums. It's
Drums are
like,
always
what have you done?
That was
Big,
funny.
Okay, it's like
Drizella,
3
how
goblins.
20.
We can take them guys. There's probably 50 in
20.
the forest.
There's 3 goblins. Is like
Yes,
that's how
3 goblins.
everybody dies in
Mordred?
Lost Mine of Fandalva.
27.
There's
27.
only 3 goblins.
Big B.
Only
11.
11.
There's only 3 goblins, 2 bugbears, and a few other bits and pieces for the level 1 party.
Mordred, unsurprisingly, with a 27.
That's a
Actually, you know
death
what?
trap.
You've got Prophecy's Pawn, don't you?
Oh,
Roll that.
no. Hey, not much worse, honestly. 26.
Ridiculous. As you hear in your ear, "Don't play with your food!"
Oh.
26 keeps you still first.
So, what do I see? How many do I see?
3 of them.
Mm,
3 goblins. You've got a goblin here, a goblin here, and a goblin here.
Oh, okay.
And a big fruit cart.
One's right
A big
next
cart
to
with fruit here.
I would like to... They're all within 10 feet of me, correct?
Yeah.
I'm going to cast a calm spell over everyone in there, which will be a will save.
Nice.
DC 19.
DC 19. The main one passes.
Mhm.
The other 2 probably a don't. That's a fail and a fail.
Okay, so any emotion, blah 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 blah, so they can't be targeted by emotion effects, and they can't use hostile actions.
You see, as this main one says, "Die!" The other 2 don't seem to kick into action. One of them lazily picks up what looks to be a pickled cucumber. And just kind of...
And then as my final action, I'll raise my shield.
Wonderful. Cool. It wastes its action eating a pickled cucumber. Drizella, that's your turn.
I love this spell.
So there's a fruit cart there.
Yep, there's a fruit cart. In fact, let me draw the fruit cart real quick with my phenomenal, incredible powers of drawing. This one. There we go. Fruit
Okay.
cart.
There's a big pile of fruit on it.
Big pile of fruit. All varieties you could possibly imagine.
I want to push the fruit on top of those.
On top of
Goblins.
these 2? Love it. Give us an athletics check.
Yeah, athletics not my strong point. Can I jump up and kick all the fruit over in an acrobatic manner?
You can jump up and kick the fruit over, but it'll still,
Still be athletics. No, it's fine. Athletics terrible. Yeah, 10.
I'm afraid you go up to the cart, you push, but nothing happens. Or rather, you're standing at the cart, you push, but nothing happens. You can just try again, which is the neat thing with the action copy here.
So that was 1.
That's one action, yeah.
I am going to you see, Mordred's done something relatively nice, and I am not a relatively nice kind of a person. I am going to sorry.
No, you're alright.
Yeah, no, I'm going to have another go at this.
Cart?
Yeah. 16.
16, you get it half the way up, but don't quite push it over. You'll get a +2 bonus next time you or anyone else tries to push this card over.
Okay, I'll leave it there. And then, so that's 2, and then an action to cast guidance on
Big B's
Big
the next
B.
piece of that.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Big B.
Big B, you get guided.
Is that like a D4 on my attack?
No.
Or just one?
Singular one.
Yep.
Sorry.
+1 bonus to 1 attack roll, perception check, saving throw, or skill check.
I'll also say, don't kill anyone.
They said they're gonna kill us.
Die! Die! They must die! You see this one fully climbs over the finger of fruit, just jumps fully at your face. Things about yay high. Pulling out 2 daggers from behind it and just going for the eyes. Just cackling.
This is the main one.
This is the main one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for an attack against you. 1 to move, 1 to attack. 25 to hit.
Oh yeah, that is.
Doesn't deal an insane amount of damage, just 3.
3.
3.
I can live for that. I can live with that.
You can live with that. However, can you live with
Yourself.
what you leave behind? No. The goblin song.
Oh no.
As you see, it begins to sing a goblin song as it strikes you with its daggers and then drops them on the ground, reaches behind it, and pulls out a goblin lute as it begins to play goblin jazz.
Oh no.
A horrendous discord of sound.
You're not a track for this.
As the horrible, ear-splitting sounds of goblin jazz fill the air.
Is this the one? I think this is the one. The one.
That's the one. Absolutely phenomenal. That's works on you, Big B, and not on Drizella though.
Is that a emotional effect?
It is not actually, believe it or not. It is doesn't have emotion tagged. It's tagged as audio. Is the other one.
Okay.
It's just the same routine.
As Big B, you have the special effects of Goblin Song success. You have -1 penalty to will saves, as you are disheartened from the Goblin Jazz. As it takes its last action to mock you thoroughly.
Goblin jazz. Oh
it
my
is.
god.
That's not bad.
That's it.
Who doesn't love Goblin Jazz?
And it's -1.
And it's -1.
17.
17. That is a meets beat, so that's the success. So you only take half. As you take 2 points of mental damage.
Okay.
As the goblin mocks you thoroughly. So see it starts to sing an annoying little ditty about how silly your outfit looks with your face. That's its turn.
How big they?
Next, this thing's gonna go.
Put up with it.
Love that attitude. 50 gets it to Mordred.
Oh, there's another one?
Ha-ha! As you see from behind,
Oh, no.
the goblin attacks.
I've got my shield up.
Yeah,
With
good
that.
luck with you.
Your shield increases your AC by wonderful. You're also
I've-
flat-footed, unfortunately, because it's a surprise, so
Yeah.
negates that.
I'll unraise it.
It gets schnecky damage
Oh no.
for 8. It is only a goblin.
What is it? Do to hit?
26.
Okay,
Oh, well.
My shield is raised though, so I can shield block.
Cool. So 8 as it.
So that'll take 5.
So I think it's got backstabber. So
Oh,
so it's a 9 damage.
9 damage.
That's its turn. Another goblin warrior. That one's eating a pickle. There's a lot of pickle eating goblins here. And then Big B. 2 short bows are going to come flying at you. You can see either one. That's a hit and a 15 to hit. No, just the one hit. How does a 3 piercing damage sound? As you see, another goblin jumps out of the cart to your left. Again, just like riding through the air with a knife in its hand towards you, Drizella, humming along to the goblin jazz.
Jesus.
How does a 23 sound to hit?
Oh, that'll hit.
6 damage from this goblin.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, Bigby, that is your turn.
Yay, okay, first action, I'm putting in my earplugs.
I
Nice.
keep forgetting you have those. Wild. Yep.
I bought that
Very
thinking
nice.
this could be
It's
useful
been so-
one time in the next 50 sessions, and it's been the best thing I've ever bought.
Everything's tagged, everything has mechanics. Yep,
So
you.
yeah, so I put in my earplugs. So I think it doesn't actually do that much mechanically.
I think it's a
like,
+1 benefit.
it's
to
a-
all of those saves.
they take a -2 circumstance penalty to all auditory perception checks. Oh no, yeah, but I get a +2
Oh,
bonus
plus
to
2.
saving throws against. Yeah, so
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so I've got a +2 bonus.
Nice.
And then so that actually cancels out my marksman. But then I will draw my sword cane and take a swing. I assume that's an action.
Earplugs
pull
are
it
1,
out,
sword canes 2.
Yeah, so then I'll
Yeah,
take a swing
what-
at the
Don't attack the one that's
No,
not.
I'm
these are
attacking
the
the
these are the
the
cards.
jazz
Yeah,
dude.
cool.
He pissed me off.
Yeah, go for it.
Actually, maybe I should try to do this one.
You can absolutely give a disarm a try. That's athletics trained skill, so your athletics check.
Oh yeah, no, athletics is terrible. I'll just take a swing.
That is the one thing this party is missing, is like a strength-based.
I mean, I've got a lot of strength.
You don't have athletics, do you?
I've got +12 to athletics.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
cool.
shit,
You should be
okay,
doing
so
shoves and
you're-
disarms.
That's what I'm just about to do, don't
Yeah,
worry.
you're the beast.
Right, never mind.
You
Very
just told
good.
me to take athletics.
It's a
That's
good
a-
skill in half.
21 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely. You take your sword cane and just bonk this thing on the head.
22 actually.
22? Yeah, that hits.
1 piercing.
1 piercing damage?
Yeah.
Aww.
It's alright. Every little bit helps.
Yeah, last time I rolled a 6, so that's not rolled a 1.
That's your 3.
Yeah.
The last of the Goblin Warriors is going to take another 2 stealth shots. One at Mordred, one at Bigby, one at Drizella. Drizella, how does a 18 sound to hit?
Hit.
And Bigby has a 10 sound to hit. 10 is a miss. 5 damage for Drizella. And then we're back to Mordred.
Okay, I'll use my first action to sustain my spell.
Lovely.
I'll use my second action to attempt to disarm the lute from the goblin music player.
Yeah, go for it.
So that'll be an athletics check.
Actually,
Oh my god! Oh my god!
no,
31!
that's an incredibly critical success. Critical success, you get it out of 10. And I believe you hold it on a crit success.
Can I just say I kick it out of its hand and grab it?
Absolutely. No. Goblin Jazz ends. You no longer have that -1 to will saves, and it needs the loot to keep casting.
And then can I attempt to demoralize it?
Yeah, go for it.
And I'll say to them, my friends have had a rough day. They might not be so merciful as they usually are.
That'll do it. Give us a try. Try.
Back to normal. That'll be a 10.
10 is a failure, I'm afraid. As you see, it says... you see as it says, fine, they may try. As this thing seems to have one joke, much like the DM.
Are you just
Action,
searching the
action.
poem for relevant lines?
No. You've got a third if you want.
No, that was first action sustain.
Sustain.
Yeah.
Yep, wonderful. The sustain, do they get to chance
No.
against that again?
No, that's why it's
cool.
a good spell.
Love Pathfinder. Drizella, that's you. You've got a goblin here, and a goblin here. These two are charmed currently. I'll go ahead and just turn them away from the action.
I am going to use 2 actions to cast Tortuous Trauma on that one that keeps trying to make everybody eat the fucking fruit.
Yeah. Does it make some sort of save against that?
Basic Fortitude.
Basic Fortitude. Love myself some Basic Fortitude. What's your DC?
19, I think.
That's a success.
Okay.
Success.
Intense pain and bludgeoning damage.
Numbers?
The target takes bludgeoning damage equal to 2d4 plus spell mod with a basic fortitude save.
Cool. So 2d4 plus your spell mod and then halve it.
Yep. So that's 5 and spell mod is 4. Yeah, so 9.
9.
So 4.
This thing's looking pretty damaged. This does not have a lot of hit points. It is a goblin.
And so that's 2 actions. And I'm going to try and tip over that fruit on top of its head.
As you see it goes, try!
All its internal organs are falling to pieces.
Ow.
That's what goblin jazz does to your soul. Crit. So
Fantastic.
21.
You push it up on your last turn, cause the internal agony, and then if you want to just kick it on this one, this is poof on top of this goblin. Give us 2d6 damage, and then also it'll pin it. So it'll be stuck, it'll be prone,
9.
it'll be flat-footed. 9. This thing is on death's door with that, and it is pinned. It is not having a good time.
Shut.
It is
We
immobilized.
don't want the fruit.
It is prone and it's off guard.
All
As you
things.
see, it goes. Its
No.
turn next. It's going to cast Soothe on itself.
Ooh, that's good.
I mean, not for it, not for you guys. As you see, it regains 7. As you see, its broken bones stitch back together a little. Sounding suspiciously like goblin jazz.
Aww. Disgusting.
Bunch of goblins are going to go. First one, 8 and 4. 8 is 14 and 18 to hit Big B. Second one hits. 6 points of damage.
Wow.
And then same thing, Drizella, the one behind you, is going to try much the same trick. But misses with a 3 and a 1 on the dice. That's rough. The hidden ones leave. You see no more shots are coming from the edges of the woods. The drumming does not stop. Big B, that's you.
I am going to do my strategic strike on the downed one.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to make an attack with my.
Wait, you're taking the down one?
Yeah. Well, he's healing himself, so I'm going before he gets back to the belt. And that'll be a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I don't get any bonuses for him being prone or anything, do I? Or?
It lowers their armor class.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So that's very nearly a crit.
Cool. And then I will deal. So that's 3 piercing and 5 precision.
5, 6, 7, 8. Still alive. but only just. So that's 1 and 2. Third action if you want.
Yeah, I might as well just take another swing at it. Probably gonna miss. 9.
9.
Yeah.
That will miss, I'm afraid. Good shot though. Mordred, that's back to you.
Okay. So, which ones are charmed currently? Those two?
These two.
The one in front of me,
Uh-huh.
I would like to... What are they attacking with?
Rusty looking swords.
Can I
Dog spikes, they're called.
disarm?
Yeah, go for it.
Attempt to disarm, I should say.
That does count as a hostile action.
Oh, sorry, not to the one that's not.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
So that makes a lot more
Yeah,
sense.
that's why I
go.
asked, sorry.
Yep.
That'll be a 26.
26.
Just to...
Crit success. Weapon goes flying out of its hand. As it goes, hey!
Can I then attempt to demoralize and say, run?
Yeah, go for it.
Hey.
That'll be an 18.
It works.
And then final action, I'll sustain my calm spell.
Wonderful. That one keeps harm. Drizella, you are left with the last hostile goblin that's not 1 second away from death, attempting to swipe at your ankles. What would you like to do?
My action.
Yeah. You can also triple action try to sue for peace, which is always fun.
Is that a thing you can do mechanically?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Was that just a thing the rest of you had to get? Is it a general thing?
I've got a triple action. Yeah, no cause for alarm. That's mine.
I think that's different.
I've got a spell called Celestial Accord, which is kind of like that.
Okay, maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe this is a Pathfinder one thing I've seen somewhere once.
Mine's specifically frightened. It's not peace.
Yeah, I think sue for peace is a thing. Anyway,
I think it's a Pathfinder 1 thing.
yeah.
So there's just the one left. One's charmed, one's run.
These two are charmed. One's running away. This
Yeah.
one's got 1 hit point and is restrained.
Yeah.
This one is the only one left fighting. As it says, "Come on, I can take the 3 of you." Ain't getting out gold if I can help it.
Flens.
Oh my god.
You'll never find it. We've hidden it under the. That's Flens. Is that a fort save?
It is with a touch. You strip off the flesh, muscle, and internal organs of your target, leaving only bare bones. It's a living creature.
It is living.
Spell attack roll.
Spell attack. We'll have a spell attack.
So that is 19.
Hit.
Is a hit. Anyway, on a hit, 2d6 slashing. So that's 5, and all its skin starts falling off.
That'll do it. It dies.
What?
It's a goblin. It doesn't have a lot of hit points. You see, this one says, "You'll never find it. We've hidden it under the..." And all of its skin falls off. As a set of bones is holding knife at you for a second before the skull goes click, 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 click.
I was going to say I'll stabilize it, but...
Not without skin. You've
There's
got
one-
the
there's
big one
one
under the
got
cart
one
and
hit
2
point.
charmed ones who seem to have wandered over and are just eating the food. I see the one underneath us. All right. We'll pay up. What do you want?
Gold.
All right.
They're not in mango form.
We've hidden
In-
it.
Oh, yeah, under
It's
something.
in that tent over there.
Is
Gestures
it?
with its head towards there. Yep.
Because
Just
you'll
reach
be
in through
dead.
the flap and grab it.
Because you'll be dead by the time we get back. If there is a trap, or it is not there, you'll be crushed to death by the time we return.
Goblins honor no traps. No traps.
Can I,
I'm gonna
like,
check
insight
if it's
check
on.
that?
For sure.
Or
It's perception.
Perception.
Yeah, so that's 25.
23.
23. Yeah, that one. There's a trap in the tent.
There's a trap in the tent.
Yeah, so I got 25.
I lean gently, but not enough to kill him,
Uh-huh.
and take, I don't know, maybe a peach. Nothing as hard as like a giant pineapple, and just sort of start throwing them gently. Not enough to do 1 hit point of damage on its head. Go,
I'll tell you where we've hidden the gold.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
And the traps.
All right. The traps are in every single house, every window, under the piles of wood, in all the tents, and at the bottom of the fire pit.
Can I insight check that?
Yep.
18.
That seems true. You see, it says, we've hidden the gold in the well bucket out back.
No, you haven't. The other guy said it was under something. What's it under? Pointed question.
Pointed question, give us the close check.
That'll be a... So 19...
You are
Yeah,
on
that's
it with your Pathfinder
Okay, so
skill.
then
Yeah,
I'll
I
do
know,
another
right?
deploy with plus
You do
Like,
perception
totally.
a perception of
Who
plus.
knew that architecture law?
And that was just a sex, not a crit. Success,
Yep.
yeah.
Who knew? Yeah, like totally
Oh.
all over the Pathfinder
Oh, I've
rules.
got it.
Hero point.
I've got an extra one now too.
You did.
Because that was in that one.
It is
You're joking.
at 10.
Yeah, so that's 11. Yeah. Rolled 2 that ones.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, it's
but
rough.
thankfully, that plus 10 makes it not that terrible. So that's a 21.
21. The goblin finally tells the truth as it goes. All right. And says, it's under the fake rock. Over that way, and gestures to what is clearly, now that you can see it, a paper mache rock near this stone here.
Okay.
Right. I'm going to stay here with a pineapple poised over its head.
Friends, right?
Yeah, I'm going to go over to it and
Depends whether or not my friend explodes with your fake rock.
You go over, you lift up the fake rock. Question.
I have an intuitive sense that alerts you to the dangers and presence of traps. So I get a +1 perception with bonus to perception checks for traps. So I'm going to check the traps.
Give us a perception check
And
and
I'll
check the
get
traps.
the +1 for it.
Is my friend going to get
So that's
blown up
26.
by a trap?
No!
I can hear the
26.
question. now.
26. There are no traps.
Okay. I will,
Oh, they're just
I'll
really good
lift it up.
traps.
You lift up, and you see a little bag of gold.
Okay, I'll grab the gold.
Looks to be about 70 silver here.
Okay. I'm going to go over to it. And I'm gonna, where's the rest of it? Definitely more.
So he says, that's all of it! That's all of it! We
Inside.
spent the rest!
On what?
19.
Funny little costumes! Number?
19.
19. 19, I will tell you it is telling the truth.
Oh, okay.
19.
One silly question. Oh, this was hardly worth it.
I say to
It doesn't even cover the bet I lost today.
I say to Mordred,
70 silver!
No, not 35.
Oh, yes.
And that's assuming I get all of it, and these guys get none. Which is not...
Mordred probably won't take it.
What do you do? You've got two... Are you still sustaining this spell?
Yeah, I am.
You see, they continue to just kind of lazily eat the fruit.
Oh, we
as you
got
see
this.
the one
We
that
got
says,
this.
"Stop eating the
What were you
fruit!"
gonna say?
Drizella,
We
Go-
spent
are we
all the
li-
gold on
oh.
fruit.
are we leaving?
Yeah, we got what we came for.
We should
so-
help lay their friend to rest.
What?
Or ask at least what they want their rights to be.
What? How about?
Our rights is to throw several gold pieces on them and then cover them in valuable furs and or foods.
Okay, well
You're
you've got
disrespecting
all
the life of your friend.
you've got all the food,
If
so
they could bring us gold, they'd be happy.
that's great. So why don't we just let this one out from under the wagon and they can bury their own dead?
But you really ought to stop doing that.
What, letting this one out from under
Cleansing
the
people's
fruit wagon?
I think it looks pretty cool.
I'll lift the cart to let the goblin out.
See, it goes out and goes, he's not going to be happy about this.
Who?
None of your business.
Do you want to go back into the cart?
All right. No, we were given an investment by the Goblin King and told to start a fruit stand in order to up the investment.
Who is this goblin king?
Well, he's the king of goblins.
So the David Bowie or Alan Sugar. It's hard
Yeah.
to tell.
Does he have really tight pants?
That's not what it is. There are no pants that could contain his almighty waist. He's all-knowing and all.
You're right, Emma.
What's his favourite fruit?
He does not eat fruit? He does not eat fruit? Pshaw.
Fruit must be pretty shit then if you got the king.
Goblin King eats only finest sweet meats.
That's wrong.
You see, as you're walking off down the road, you see he says, I know your faces! I will tell the king! I will tell him!
No, you won't.
You head off.
That's gonna come back.
I
hold the spell until the last
I
moment.
message in his head as we walk off and go, look at your friend and his lack of skin and organs and seriously consider your options. Maybe just put your fruit stall back and tell your king nothing. And carry on wandering off.
Yeah. I don't think you got a reply to that one.
Any chance you can give me some healing on the way back?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
As you're walking on the way back, you run into, you
Oh.
see walking down the track.
Oh my
Tall and
goodness.
short. You know these two little Horace and Jasper. You see as you kind of round a bend and you see them walking up, you see they look a little shocked. As you see Jasper rather quickly takes off his hat and says, "Oh, these must be your friends."
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Well, lovely to meet you. And then there's like a deep bow and a deep bow. You see the short one say, yeah, lovely.
And Drizella just looks at them.
Says, and
Hi,
you see,
Mordred.
you see the short one says, hello.
I'll shake their hand.
Does Mordred wear any sort of jewellery, rings,
No, he's just got. He does not own jewelry. He's
you
got
see,
fingerless gloves.
does that, puts a hand on your wrist, and then puts another hand slightly further up your arm, and looks a little disappointed. See, Jasper, the tall one, says, "You're looking well."
Well, yeah. Expect.
Oh, good. You get the gold.
There wasn't really any gold. It was only a bit of silver.
Oh well, fair's fair. Pay up your 60% and we'll call it even.
What?
Pay up your 70% and we'll call it even.
50%, but yeah, okay.
50?
Yeah, that's what we agreed on.
Who said 50?
That's what we said, because I said you were very generous.
No, I don't think so. Horace, do you remember 50? I don't
I'm
remember 50.
pulling out 35 silver. And I pass him the 35 silver.
Let's see, Jasper takes it, passes it to Horace. Horace starts counting very slowly. 1, 2, 3. Jasper says, no, we definitely said 70. Is that our gold?
I know, that's why I was surprised. But that's what we agreed on. And you sent us into a fight, you said it wouldn't be a fight. So it'd be fun.
Well,
We're just picking up some gold.
I suppose we could call it even, but I think fair's fair. If you're going to get paid extra for this job, you might just have to help us out with one more thing. And we're going to end the session.
Yeah, okay.
Oh my god, I love these two so much.
Thank you all very
What?
much.
Thank
Oh,
you.
you.
Oh yeah, no, I think Big B was very silly in that.
Big B
specific
was off
situation.
his game there.
But I